You're watching Barren County Trojan and Trojanet basketball on BCHS Live on YouTube or Facebook. And always remember to follow us on Twitter at BCHS Live. Now let's head courtside for today's matchup.
Barren County comes in 8-8. Warren East 3-8. Coach Piper Lindsay in her second season at Barren County. Her first cousin, Andrew Peters, is the third-year head coach for the Warren East Lady Raiders. They come in 3-8 on the season, ranked number 16 in the 4th region. That's just one from the bottom, while the Trojanettes are rated 7th in one poll and 8th in another. The Trojanettes getting a 38-25 win on the road Saturday night down at Warren Central, breaking a 3-game losing skid. Of course, got a big district game coming up Friday night here against Monroe County. Warren East losing to Edmonson County back on January the 2nd. They have not played since the second day of 2017, and they lost to the Lady Wildcats by a score of 62-42. Coach Andrew Peters has mentioned his third season. His first year, he went 8-19, which doubled the number of wins from the previous year. And then last year, struggled to a 2-22 record. Barren County has won the last 7 matchups against Warren East, actually the last 8 against Warren East. Warren East winning the last time in 2007-8 season when Warren East won that ball game 52-49, and the last time the Lady Raiders advanced to the 4th region tournament. So tonight it'll be the Trojanettes favored by about 20 points over these Warren East Lady Raiders.
Well, we are in a point in our schedule right now where we have a game that we should win, a difficult game, a game we should win, and a difficult game. So we can't overlook a team like Warren East, a team that kind of gave us a little bit of a game last year, even though they probably shouldn't have for a large portion of the game, but they struggle offensively. They do have 3 nice players, so they're a little bit more gifted than Warren Central that we saw Saturday night, where everything just ran through one singular player. They do have 3 players that are in double figures or right next to or near double figures, so we're going to have to play a little bit. We didn't play super in stretches at Warren Central. We kind of had a little lull. Let them get back in the game and then kind of close it out. So we're going to have to be on our toes. We can't overlook them looking ahead to Monroe County, just like we're probably not going to be able to do next Tuesday night and with Ohio County looking ahead to Allen County. So we have 2 difficult district games coming up on the next 2 Fridays, and we just need to come in here, get some good shots up tonight, play good defense, and I think we'll be okay. But this is a team in Warren East that does have a couple of good wins, and the wins that they have aren't over terrible teams. They're over decent teams. And you'll go over that schedule right there in front of you.
Yeah. The 3 wins, they beat Russellville 71-62 back on December the 5th. They have a 6-point win over Caverna, 43-37, and they beat University Heights 49-46. Their losses to Metcalfe County 73-41, lost to Edmonson County 73-39. Of course, they played them twice. Played them the other night, as I mentioned, 62-42 loss there. Lost to Butler County by 14. Lost to South Warren 62-23 in a district game. Lost 58-45 to Owensboro. And lost to Collins by a score of 56-35 in the Warren East Holiday Classic. Warren East is a team that shoots 41.1% from the field, only 19% from 3. 49% at the free throw line. They average 22 rebounds a game, and they're averaging just 40 points a game, giving up 57. Last year, the Trojanettes defeated the Lady Raiders by a score of 51-31 at Warren East. But 2 years ago, it was a close one, is only 6 points, 47-41. As I mentioned, they had won. The Trojanettes have won the last 8 years against Warren East. Of course, Andrew Peters in his third season. They have gone through about 3 or 4 coaching changes over the past 9 years or so. And so Coach Peters in his third year hoping to improve. Well, he already has improved on last year's record, 2-22. They've already won 3 games, so they could win a few more before this season is over with. Trojanettes come in 8-8 on the season. They shoot 40.7% from the field, 29% from the three-point line, 59.6 on free throws. Trojanettes are averaging about 27 rebounds a game and putting up on the scoreboard 46.3 points compared to 42 for their opponents. This is the McDonald's pregame report. I'm loving it. The new store in Glasgow is now open. Go by and check it out, as we'll come back with more of our pregame report in a moment. We're about 10.5 minutes away from tip-off. The Barren County Trojanettes and the Warren East Lady Raiders here from Barren County High. You're following the Trojanettes on 103.7 Nash Icon.
Trojan Thread School Spirit Store is the #1 place to find any and all things BCHS, with a wide selection of clothes including hoodies, t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, and polos, to everyday items including pens, pencils, notebooks, and stickers, to jewelry including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and wristbands. So stop by the Trojan Thread Store any weekday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or during any home varsity basketball game. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store, keeping Barren County in style. Barren County High School Future Business Leaders of America Club is one of the most largest and thriving clubs at Barren County High. With regional, state, and national competitions to look forward to, students are able to capitalize on every and any aspect of business in the modern world. With competitions centered around technology, writing, speech, and media, among others, any club member is bound to find a path to excel upon. So for their great infusement of technology and business, the FBLA Club has been awarded the January Club Spotlight by BCHS Live.
You're watching BCHS Live on YouTube or Facebook. BCHS Live is Barren County's own live production group that is here to broadcast various types of events. Founded in 2015 by 5 BCHS students, we are here to set new heights in media and live broadcasting. BCHS Live is involved in all forms of social media. You can find us on youtube.com/BCHS Live, facebook.com/BCHS Live Network, or on Twitter at BCHS Live. BCHS Live, here to bring you everything BCHS anywhere you want it.
County Board of Education member. We are BC.
Jay Turner with Robert Bauer back at Barren County High School. The Trojanettes and the Lady Raiders in Game 1 of our doubleheader tonight. Warren East out of District 14, who compete against Bowling Green, South Warren, Greenwood, Warren Central. Of course, Warren East is predicted to finish at the bottom of the 5. Of course, I think they might give Warren Central a pretty good ball game.
Yeah, I think it'll be between Greenwood, Warren East, and really Warren Central to keep out of that 4-5 game that'll show the eventual winner going to the 1 seed. There's not really been a whole lot of district games played down there. South Warren's 2-0, Greenwood's 0-2, Bowling Green is just 1-0. So, you know, Warren East 1-0. They just haven't really gotten their district schedule underway, as opposed to us, where we talked about the other night. Everybody's played everybody at least once already. So halfway through our district slate, they've got a long way to go, considering they've got 8 district games to play compared to just our 6.
Right. And I was looking at tonight's schedule. There's not that many on the schedule tonight. Only district game in the 14th is Bowling Green at South Warren. And that's a girl-boy doubleheader, of course, and kind of anxious to see how that Bowling Green-South Warren girls game will come out. Some other games involving district teams in District 16 tonight. Cumberland County at Clinton County for a girl-boy doubleheader. Also tonight, Logan County's at Allen County, Scottsville, that being a doubleheader as well. Monroe County at Franklin Simpson. And Glasgow girls at Warren Central tonight. A couple of boys games, Greenwood at Adair and Hart at Campbellsville. That's all that's on the schedule for tonight as we look at the games around the area. Brought to you by South Central Bank. Small enough to know you, big enough to help. We'll come back, take a look at tonight's starting lineups in just a moment. The Trojanettes and the Lady Raiders in Game 1 of our doubleheaders. You're following the Trojanettes on 103.7 Nash Icon.
Trojan Thread School Spirit Store is the #1 place to find any and all things BCHS, with a wide selection of clothes including hoodies, t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, and polos, to everyday items including pens, pencils, notebooks, and stickers, to jewelry including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and wristbands. So stop by the Trojan Thread Store any weekday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or during any home varsity basketball game. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store, keeping Barren County in style. High School Future Business Leaders of America Club is one of the most largest and thriving clubs at Barren County High. With regional, state, and national competitions to look forward to, students are able to capitalize on every and any aspect of business in the modern world. With competitions centered around technology, writing, speech, and media, among others, any club member is bound to find a path to excel upon. So for their great infusement of technology and business, the FBLA Club has been awarded the January Club Spotlight by BCHS Live.
You're watching BCHS Live on YouTube or Facebook. BCHS Live is Barren County's own live production group that is here to broadcast various types of events. Founded in 2015 by 5 BCHS students, we are here to set new heights in media and live broadcasting. BCHS Live is involved in all forms of social media. You can find us on youtube.com/BCHS Live, facebook.com/BCHS Live Network, or on Twitter at BCHS Live. BCHS Live, here to bring you everything BCHS anywhere you want it.
Coach Chad Perkins, and we are BC.
Take a look at tonight's South Central Bank starting lineup. Small enough to know you, big enough to help for the Warren East Lady Raiders under head coach Andrew Peters. They'll start tonight. Balin Wardlow, a 5'7" senior that averages 8.5 points a game. Kaylin Howard, a 5'10" junior, averages 8.5. Allie Hendrick, a 5'6" freshman that averages 2 points a game. Olivia Price, a 5'7" freshman, averages 3. And Elizabeth Young, a 6'1" junior that averages 2 points a game for Warren East. Coach Piper Lindsay in her second season as head coach of the Trojanettes. Her assistant coaches are Abby Beard and Scott Chapman. Olivia Pointer, a 5'8" senior, averaging 9 points a game. Bailey Pettigo, 5'8" sophomore, averaging 9 points and 6 rebounds. Mallory Pettigo, a 5'8" sophomore, averaging 5.4 points a game. Mackenzie England, a 6'1" sophomore, averaging 7.4 points, 7.5 rebounds. Hadley Hammer, a 5'6" junior, that averages 1.3 a game for the Trojanettes. We are still about 3 minutes away from tip-off. Reminding you, you're listening to our broadcast on 103.7 WHHT, Nash Icon, Cave City, Glasgow, Bowling Green. Online at espnky.com/Barren County and on barronschools.com/athletics. Anytime we're on the road, you can bring your radios to the gym. Listen to 88.7 FM. Of course, here at the home games in town, 103.7 FM. So looking at the Lady Raiders' records going back a few years, their last winning season came in the 2008-2009 year, or actually it was the 07-08 year, 17-12. The following year, they went 13-13, and they have not won in double figures as far as number of wins since that time.
Well, that was probably around the time where Ashley Rainey was at Warren East. They were a pretty good ball club in that same era where we won a couple of regional tournaments, had to beat Warren East to, I think, get one of our regional finals. I think that was the 07 year we actually defeated Warren East in the finals, but this is a team that has a very strong tradition. You know, we also beat them in 97 when they were the number 1 ranked team in the state, where LaVonda Johnson, who's at Bowling Green, was playing back then. So they have a strong history and a program that, you know, every program kind of ebbs and flows, and this is one that just hasn't been on the uptick and playing a very difficult district. As we mentioned earlier, it's just very hard to get a program that's down up again. It doesn't happen in a year. It takes 3, 4, 5, sometimes even 6, 7 years to get it going again, to cycle girls in that have an interest. There's just a lot of things going on right now. It's like a school like this where you keep adding more sports. There's just spreading people a little bit more thin. So it takes a while to build classes up and put people together that just work on their game constantly with year-round athletics. And you could go on and on about things like that. But Coach Peters is determined to get them hopefully back to where they need to be and compete in the 14th district. But that's very, very difficult, as we mentioned.
Yeah, I think they only have 2 seniors on the entire roster. Rest of them, a lot of freshmen that he plays starting tonight for the Lady Raiders. The officials for tonight's game are Joseph Plunk, Brian Morgan, and Tony Franklin. The game official sponsor is Whitlow Family Vision Centers. If you're having trouble with your eyesight, call Whitlow Family Vision Centers, 270-651-2020. Also scheduling Saturday appointments. We'll get set for the Farmers RACC Jackie Browning Memorial Opening Tip-Off in just a moment. And our first quarter of action brought to you by Citizens First Bank. Come grow with us. Trojanettes 8-8. Warren East 3-8. The Trojanettes have lost 4 close ones and to pretty good teams. Lost to Glasgow by just 6, Bardstown by 3, Allen County, Scottsville by 7, and Greene County by 5. Games they were in and could possibly have won, but that win over Warren Central snapped a 3-game losing streak for Coach Piper Lindsay's ball club, and hopefully they can come out of here with another victory tonight over the Warren East Lady Raiders. We'll come back with a tip-off in just a moment as you're following the Trojanettes on 103.7 Nash Icon.
And this evening, the Barren County High School Pep Band under the direction of Dr. Kip Crowder, and the presentation of our nation's colors by our very own Barren County High School Army JROTC. Tonight's color guard consists of Cadet Command Sergeant Major Wesley Bilbrey, Cadet Captain Dakota Mock, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Valerie Smith, and Cadet Captain Hunter Thomas. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Barren County High School Gymnasium for Kentucky High School Women's 4th Region basketball action. Our game this evening is between the visitors on the scoreboard, the Warren East Lady Raiders, and the home team on the scoreboard, your very own Barren County Trojanettes. And now introducing the starters for the Lady Raiders. Starting at one guard, number 1, Allie Hendrick. Starting at one guard, number 3, Malin Wardlow. Starting at 1-4, number 15, Kaylin Howard. Starting at 1-4, number 30, Olivia Price. And starting at center, number 33, Elizabeth Young. The Lady Raiders are coached by Andrew Peters. And now introducing the starters for your very own Barren County Trojanettes. Guard, 5'6", junior number 2, Hadley Hammer. Starting at one guard, a 5'8", sophomore number 4, Mallory Pennygo. Starting at one guard, a 5'8", sophomore number 22, Bailey Pennygo. Starting at one guard, a 5'8", senior number 3, Olivia Pointer. And starting at 4 to 6'1", sophomore number 35, Mackenzie England. The Trojanettes are coached by assistant coaches Abby Beard and Scott Chapman. Trojanette head coach is Piper Lindsay. Your officials for tonight's game are Joseph Plunk, Tony Franklin, and Brian Morgan.
when we struggle to score is we just don't have an identity sometimes offensively. It would be nice to work on those things this game and build some momentum going into a very difficult game against Monroe County on Friday night.
Yeah, you look at those standings. Monroe County, the #1 seed right now. Barren County, the 3. And, of course, would have to get a win over Monroe County and then again over Allen County, Scottsville to stay out of the 4 seed. Barren County moving left to right here in the first half. Warren East coming right to left. Mackenzie England for Barren County. Elizabeth Young for Warren East, both at 6'1". Here's a toss and tap controlled by the Lady Raiders as Wardlow will set things up for Warren East. Hadley Hammer out guarding her, dribbling off on the right side. Goes down to the corner now to Hendrick. Hendrick will send it back out front to Price. They lob it down to Howard, and she saves it in bounds. The pass was a little long, and but Barren County has it. There's Mallory Pettigo going in for the layup. Good.
Offensive fast break, executed perfectly. A great way to start the basketball game.
Wardlow with the basketball for Warren East. Sends it off to the left side to Price. Price, only a freshman. They go inside, intended for Young. She mishandled the pass. England's got it, gives it off to Bailey Pettigo. Bailey Pettigo down to Pointer, steps back, shoots the 3. It is no good. Battle for the rebound, and coming up with it is Howard.
Got to continue on to the lane. That's a layup. She's just so accustomed to shooting 3s. She stopped at the 3-point line where she could have had a layup.
Warren East spreading it out here. Wardlow in the middle, giving it over to Hendrick, and down to the right corner to Young. Throws it back out to Wardlow. Wardlow's going to fire an 18-footer. No good. Rebound to Hammer. Trojanettes taking it back the other way as Mallory Pettigo brings it in front court. Sends it off to Bailey Pettigo. And the high post is England, and she travels. So Warren East will get it back with 6:32 to play here in the opening quarter. 2-0 Barren County lead. As Hendrick will handle the basketball. They spread it out once again. Hendrick playing in the middle of the floor, crossover dribble, throws it way over the head of Howard and out of bounds.
They're not wanting a very fast-paced game, that's for sure. Everything they're going to do is be very methodical. Very similar, like I said, to Warren Central probably, except I think they have a few more options to score.
Mallory Pettigo sends it out to Bailey Pettigo, lobs it down into England, double team, back out to Mallory Pettigo, and no good from 15 feet. Ball tapped around, loose on the floor, picked up by Warren East. Going to get a foul on Bailey Pettigo.
Loose ball we couldn't corral, but tonight is another thing on offense you have to do is against a very passive team like it looks like Warren East is go crash that offensive glass. They're not going to run down the floor and beat you down the floor if you don't get that rebound. So you've got to take a few chances, and those chances hopefully go to points.
Wardlow's going to take it to the rack. Missed it high off the glass. Hammer with it. Diagonal pass long underneath the Pointer. She lays it up and in.
Couldn't have been placed any better. Good job, Olivia, learning from her past mistake and continuing on, and Hadley putting it right where it needed to be.
4-0 Trojanettes, 5:35 to play, opening quarter. Wardlow trying to penetrate, goes into the lane, throws up the shot. It's no good. And battle for the rebound, and England has it. Gives it off to Hammer. Off to Bailey Pettigo, and she's called for steps.
She couldn't make up her mind whether she was going to put it on the floor or immediately give it up as soon as she caught it, and that caused her to turn the ball over. But these are good things for us. We have to be put in those fast-paced scenarios, and it's okay to make mistakes there. Just trying to make plays. We're okay with that.
Here's Wardlow with it, left of the circle. Left side, it comes to Price. Now Price sends it back out to Hendrick. Hendrick out between the circles. Sends it back left side over to Price. They go down to the corner to Young. Young back out now to Hendrick. Sends it off to Wardlow. Wardlow's going to fire up a three-point shot. It's good.
They have only hit 17 threes all year, so that's less than 2 a game. They already have one halfway through the first quarter.
4-3. Hammer with it down low. England turning, backing, and puts up the shot short. And whistle on the rebound. Going to get a foul On Warren East, it'll be on Young. That is her first, team's first.
Great move by McKenzie. She just has to finish it. I don't know why she gave in there at the very end, but she could have had any drop-step layup.
Bailey Pettigo feeds it inside to Mallory Pettigo. Puts it in off the glass, too strong. And then England had it swiped out of her hands and out of bounds.
You can't take on the mentality of the team you're playing. You can't all of a sudden become passive. You can really do some things well on offense if you're strong with the basketball and you kind of bully your way through what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Here's Bailey Pettigo off the corner. 3 in the air. Yes.
Design set to get that 3. Worked well.
First People's Bank in Glasgow 3-point shot. People's Bank working for you. It's 7-3. Trojanettes 4:14 to play, first quarter. Price with the basketball for Warren East. Out to Wardlow. Now Wardlow, top of the key, lets it go. It is good again. Her foot was on the line. Wardlow averages 8.5 points a game, and she's got both field goals for Warren East here in the first quarter. 7-5. Barren County, 3:53 to play. Here's Bailey Pettigo down in the corner to Hammer. Lobs it down to England. England trying to make a move on Young. Missed the shot. Get a foul here on Young, and that's going to be 2.
It was a tough catch by McKenzie. She made it and continued through contact there to get to go to the line.
So Mackenzie England, a 58.5% free throw shooter, gets 2 shots here. England averaging 7.5 points, 7.5 rebounds. Free throw, no good. Jaylyn Bush, 5'11 sophomore, checks in along with Elizabeth Bertram, a 5'6 freshman. Bertram averages close to 10 points a game. England back at the free throw line for a second shot. It's on the way, and she got that one. 8-5. Barren County, 3:44 left to go here in the first. Wardlow handles the basketball for Warren East. Here on the near side is Price. They go down to the corner now to a new player. We'll check the name and number here in just a moment. Ball batted away, but regained control by Warren East. Wardlow tried to penetrate. Now wants to take off, try to split the defenders. Got to get a foul. Foul's going to be on Mallory Pettigo. That is her first, team's second. Jordan Fulkerson, a 5'11 freshman, number 31's in the ball game for Coach Andrew Peters. Howard sends it out to Wardlow. Comes out to balance the floor. 3:22 to play. First quarter steal by Pointer. 2-on-2 break. Pointer has it poked away by Price and out of bounds.
Didn't push it ahead enough, but probably should have jump stop, picked it up, and we had a trailer coming that would have given us a layup.
Ball comes down the corner to England, gives it to Mallory Pettigo, now to Bertram, down to the corner. Pointer turns and fires. It is short. Barely brushed the iron. Rebound by Fulkerson. Coming down to 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Trojanettes with an 8-5 lead. They go to Price with it on the right side. Now Howard, right wing, 3 in the air. No good. Long rebound. Fulkerson trying to chase it down to the corner. Saves it in bounds. And jumping in there is Pointer. She hooks it off now to Mallory Pettigo. Mallory Pettigo out of the left side of the floor. Out to Pointer. Going to fire up that three-pointer again. Bingo. Her second People's Bank three-point shot. And she has 8 of Barren County's 11. It's 11-5 with 2.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Wardlow trying to penetrate. Ball.
You haven't seen many people handle the ball other than Wardlow. It seems like he does everything offensively, and she gets cut off. That's only when she passes it to somebody else to do something with it.
Andrew Peters brings in Kelsey Sparks, a 5'6 freshman, number 11. 2:20 to play, first quarter. Mallory Pettigo with it for the Trojanettes. Crosses the midcourt stripe. Works against Howard. Picks up her dribble. Goes to Bertram. Bertram drives on the baseline. Bush fires and hits.
Nice mid-range jumper there by Jalen.
13-5. Trojanettes down to 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Wardlow with a basketball, lobs it down to Howard. Howard double team, bounces back out to Price for a three-pointer that's no good. England with a rebound for Barren. Needs some help back there, hands it off to Mallory Pettigo. Mallory Pettigo off to Pointer. Back out to Mallory Pettigo. The minute 42 to play here in the first quarter. Mallory Pettigo lost the handle. It was batted away and then picked back up by England. Fires it down to Mallory Pettigo, and she lays it in.
Quick reaction to get it right back down there to Mallory.
15-5. 7-0 run by Barren County as Wardlow loses it, but there's Howard, throws it up. It's no good. Rebound to England. Double team. Now here comes Mallory Pettigo with 1:16 to play. 15-5, Trojanettes. And we're going to get a legal screen on England. That's her first, team's third. And in the game now for Warren East, number 21, Hannah Blankenship, a 5'5" sophomore.
They've got a kid on their roster that averages 15 and 10, and 6-foot junior that has played in every game that's been updated stats-wise, but that was before Christmas, but she hadn't been in tonight. That is a huge difference when you don't have that.
That's right. Long pass down the Pointer. She puts it up. It is good. As Jalen Bush is what got that play going.
Long pass. We're really reaping the benefits of us looking ahead, throwing ahead, running the floor right now.
17-5 the score. Down to 40 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Price with it on the right side for Warren East. Here's Howard in the lane. Forces up the shot. Can't get it to go. Rebound taken by England. Hands it off to Mallory Pettigo. 26 seconds to go here in the quarter. Barren County a 9-0 run. They led 8-5. And have scored 9 straight since then. England with it out top. Gives it to Bush. Now Bush has to put down the dribble. Gives it out to Bertram. Top of the key. She wants to drive toward the basket. Flips it up. It is no good. Bush, the offensive board. Back up, no. England try to get it, and here's Bertram throwing it back up and in.
Good job, everybody going to the glass there to get that second chance point to end the quarter.
19-5 is your score after one. Trojanettes leading Warren East. We'll come back with the second quarter after this timeout. You're following the Trojanettes on 103.7 Nash Icon.
Trojan Thread School Spirit Store is the #1 place to find any and all things BCHS, with a wide selection of clothes including hoodies, t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, and polos, to everyday items including pens, pencils, notebooks, and stickers, to jewelry including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and wristbands. So stop by the Trojan Thread Store any weekday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or during any home varsity basketball game. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store, keeping Barren County in style.
This is Assistant Principal and Trojanet Head Softball Coach Daryl Murphy. We are BC.
Back at Barren County High, Jay Turner with Robert Bowers. We start quarter number 2. Sponsored by A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Reminding everyone, please don't text and drive. Warren East, 2 of 9 the first quarter, 22.2%. They had 7 turnovers. Trojanettes were 8 of 15 from the field, 53.3%, and 4 turnovers in that first quarter.
We're very efficient offensively, and defensively not so bad as well, holding them to only those 2 long-distance shots that they made.
Trojanettes also won the boards in the first quarter, 8-3. Bailey Pettigo off to Bertram on the right side. Hands it back to Bailey Pettigo. Here's the backdoor pass as Bertram goes to the rack, plays it up and in. Nice pass.
Up top, it didn't look like that was very smooth, but they made up for it on the backside with the lob and the finish.
Bertram, her second field goal, 21-5, Trojanettes. Warren East with a basketball. They go down to the corner to Blankenship. They go back out to Wardlow for a 3. No good. And Bush clearing it out of the rebound.
He's going to call the foul on Jalen for something. I thought he was blocking out. She grabbed her kind of to hold her from getting around her on the blockouts, what he said. Timeout here, Warren East. Just 34 seconds into the second quarter.
21-5. Trojanettes lead it over Warren East.
The girl we were talking about earlier is 15 and 10, the Duncan girl.
Christina Duncan, 15 points, 10.5 rebounds. You said she was in the book, but
there's only one other player.
Has not put her in so far.
Yeah, there's only one other player on the bench that it could be. but she's yet to see the floor. I don't know what the deal is, sick or a multitude of things it could be. But anyway, she hadn't played, and they are struggling offensively like I thought they would, with just a couple of kids that average 8 points apiece, and then nobody else really averages over 2. So you think about it, just a bucket ever here and again from the rest of their 3 players on the floor. It makes you really easy to guard.
Howard trying to get the ball in play as it comes out to Blankenship. There's a bad pass. Pointer picks it off. Chasing it down is Bailey Pettigo. And she's called for palming the basketball.
Right idea. Throw it ahead to see what happens. If she didn't have anything, she could have pulled it out. But she tried a hesitation move, which I thought was a good idea. Instead called for the turnover.
So Mallory Pettigo checking back into the Trojanet lineup here. As Hendrick is back on the floor, they give it to Sparks. Back out now comes to Blankenship. Back to Hendrick. Here's the lob down to Howard. Howard turns and forces up the shot. It's no good. Jalynn Bush with a rebound. Gives it to Mallory Pettigo. Mallory Pettigo out front with it now for Barren County. Just under 7 to play here in the second quarter. 21-5 Trojanettes. Here's Bush with it on the left side. Bush out to Pointer. Now Pointer fires it off the right side of Mallory Pettigo. Mallory Pettigo leaves it with Bertram. Crossover move down the lane, up with the left hand. May have got bumped there, no whistle. Howard comes up with the basketball for Warren East. Gives it to Hendrick. Hendrick driving to the right side. Gives it to Sparks. Back to Hendrick in the corner. Now Hendrick will give it back out to Sparks once again. Fires an 18-foot shot that's no good. Rebound tapped, and underneath Wardlow, one dribble, puts it up, and it rolls in.
For the most part, we've done a good job cleaning up, not letting them have a second chance, but that one, and every now and then you're going to let one get away.
21-7 as Wardlow has all 7 points for Warren East. Here's Mallory Pettigo giving it to Hammer on the left side. Gets it in there to Bertram, going to the basket. Off-balance shot, no. Trying to get her on rebound, tapped away. Wardlow's got it. Wardlow racing, going to the bucket, and a collision with Hadley Hammer.
Ooh, gave her the charge.
They're going to call an offensive foul on Wardlow. That's going to be her first, team's third.
I didn't think the way Hadley ended up falling and selling it would get her the charge, but she was in offensive position, and that's just a part of it, selling it. So he gave her the benefit of the doubt, I think.
Mackenzie English checked back into the Barren County lineup. 5:37 to play here in the first half. Trojanettes leading 21-7. And left side is Hammer. Sends it down to England. She puts it up. It's no good. Try to get her on rebound. She does. Puts it back up and in.
Having a tough go of it to get those shots to go in, but good job just getting her feet to the other side of the rim to get the putback.
23-7. Barren County. Warren East with the basketball. Wardlow's got it out front. Fires it to Howard. Howard to the left side. Back out now to Sparks. Gives it to Hendrick. And now to Blankenship. And now working with it in the paint. Here's Howard. Puts it up and in.
All the way from one block to the other. Not a bad offensive move there.
Howard averages 8.5 points a game. That's her first field goal tonight. 23-9. Barren County, 4:42 to play here in the first half. Here's Bertram with it on the left side. In the corner to Mallory Pettigo. She'll circle it back out. Mallory Pettigo still on the dribble. Gets it to England. And now Bertram fakes, trying to go baseline. She's cut off. Back out to England. Pass batted away by Howard and then slapped away, and Hammer comes up with it. Hammer to the right side. Out to Mallory Pettigo, now to England. Sends it to Bertram. Bertram fires it in there to Bush. He turns in the lane, puts it up. It's no good. Howard to rebound for Warren East.
We are trying to get our post involved, but our post can't get the shots to go.
Here's Wardlow for a long one that is no good. Hit the top of the backboard. Howard puts it back up and in.
Just stood tall over everybody with her arms outstretched to get the putback. We got to put a body on her and move her out of space.
23-11. We're down to 3:39 to play in the first half. Dan Belding, the principal at College Street campus, will join us at halftime. 23-11, Barren County. Ball thrown away, went off of Bertram. And now coming in for Warren East is Lydia Doubleheader, a 5'10 senior. Well, it's Doublestein or Doublestein, but we'll hope we'll announce it correctly. Warren East basketball. And this should have been a walk right there. She picked up her pivot foot, kind of shuffled it out there. Wardlow over the left side, Doublestein. And now back out to Wardlow. Fakes, drives, goes down the lane, puts it up. It's no good. Ball tipped out. Mallory Pettigo's got it for the Trojanettes. Outlet pass, Hammer. And too wide and too long for Bailey Pettigo. It goes out of bounds. With 3 minutes to play here in the first half. Coming back in for the Lady Raiders is Olivia Price. She'll replace Kaylin Howard. Wardlow with it out top. Dribbles left side. Gets rid of the basketball out to Hendrick. Back to Wardlow. Now Wardlow trying to penetrate. Can't go. Cut off in there. Back out to Hendrick. And ball had to be chased down. Back out front by Sparks. Sparks to the right side. Still on the dribble. Back out to Hendrick. Hendrick back to Sparks. Halfway to the corner right-hand side. Back to Hendrick. And she traveled.
A lot of unforced turnovers in the game so far tonight. Both ways.
Olivia Pointer checking back into the Trojanet lineup. With 2:25 to play here in the second. Bailey Pettigo with it for the Trojanettes. Off to Hammer. Fires it in there to Bush. She puts it up and in.
We'll turn around half hook there in the middle of the lane. Up quick with it to not get it blocked.
Second field goal for Jalen Bush. It's 25-11. Right wing is Wardlow for Warren East. Wants to drive against Hammer. She's cut off, fires up out of the corner, knocks it down. That's her 9th point. She's got 9 of Warren East 13. And we're going to get a foul on Wardlow in the back court.
Tried to sneak back in there and get the inbounds pass, but we were a little too quick for her.
Second foul on Wardlow. She goes to the bench. Howard checks back in, and also Kia Elkin, 5'6" sophomore, in for the Lady Raiders. Minute 40 to play in the first half. Pointer with it on the right wing, looking down inside, throws it back out front to Hammer. High post is Bush, turns, fires it down to England. She puts it up and in off the window.
Actually went into the defense. If she'd spun the other way, she'd have had a clear path, but still up strong through the defense to get it off the glass, and we're really having our way doing just about whatever we want offensively right now.
27-13. There's a lob, and it's going to be picked off in there by England. They tried to go to Howard with it. Here's Bailey Pettigo right down the lane, goes in for the layup, missed it. Bush mishandled the rebound. Howard comes out of there with it for Warren East with a minute to play here in the first half.
She did everything right but finished. Pushed the ball out in front, kept it away from her defender, and made a nice move. Just couldn't get it to go.
27-13. And here's Howard launching a three-pointer. She swishes it through the net.
Not a bad-looking player. She's got nice size, decent shot there. She was able to step out and make that one there. And you said she almost averages 10 a game. You can see why with the shot.
Yeah, she got 7 in this quarter. It's 27-16, Barren County. 36 seconds to go before halftime. Bush with it on the right side, out to England. England will fire it off now to Hammer. Down to the corner is Pointer. Drives toward the rack, throws up the shot. It comes up short. And rebound by Price. Outlet pass comes to Hendrick. With 20 seconds to play, Hendrick drives, throws it up good off the glass.
Able to go with the right hand through a couple of defenders. We got just enough time to get a good look at it here with the last shot of the half.
Cut it to single digits at 27-18. They dump it into Bush. She puts it up and in.
Nice assist and for sure layup there.
29-18. Howard, midcourt shot at the buzzer off the glass. And that will end the first half with the score. Barren County 29, Warren East 18. We'll come back with a halftime report in a moment. You're following the Trojanettes on 103.7 Nash Icon.
Trojan Thread School Spirit Store is the #1 place to find any and all things BCHS, with a wide selection of clothes including hoodies, t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, and polos, to everyday items including pens, pencils, notebooks, and stickers, to jewelry including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and wristbands. So stop by the Trojan Thread Store any weekday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or during any home varsity basketball game. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store, keeping Barren County in style. Barren County High School Future Business Leaders of America Club is one of the most largest and thriving clubs at Barren County High. With regional, state, and national competitions to look forward to, students are able to capitalize on every and any aspect of business in the modern world. With competitions centered around technology, writing, speech, and media, among others, any club member is bound to find a path to excel upon. So for their great infusement of technology and business, the FBLA Club has been awarded the January Club Spotlight by BCHS Live.
You're watching BCHS Live on YouTube or Facebook. BCHS Live is Barren County's own live production group that is here to broadcast various types of events. Founded in 2015 by 5 BCHS students, we are here to set new heights in media and live broadcasting. BCHS Live is involved in all forms of social media. You can find us on youtube.com/BCHS Live, facebook.com/BCHS Live Network, or on Twitter at BCHS Live. BCHS Live, here to bring you everything BCHS anywhere you want it.
Vice Chairman of the Barren County Board of Education. We are BC.
29-18, Barren County Trojanettes leading the Warren East Lady Raiders here at the break. It's always good to see Mr. Dan Belding to the College Street campus. Happy New Year to you, sir.
Happy New Year, Jay. How are you?
Doing fine, doing fine. How's things going over at College Street these days?
You know, they're going really well. We've actually got some exciting things going over there right now. Here in December, we had 7 students receive diplomas. Had a great graduation ceremony for them at the ROTC building. And, you know, the parents that were there were so excited to see their kids graduate. It's my favorite day of the year.
Now, how many years have you been over there?
Well, you know, this is my 11th.
11th year. Okay.
And, you know, that's a long time.
That goes by quick.
It does, let me tell you. But, you know, the Phoenix program has gotten to be so popular. You know, we only have 20 slots over there, and we have a waiting list constantly. Kids trying to get in. The job shadowing program has been so great for the students over there, giving them a different avenue to graduate. And some of them just take to it like fish to water, I tell you. And it helps them get that diploma and be productive, and that's what we're all about.
Now, the Phoenix program is actually at a different location than the College Street campus.
No,
right?
no,
it's all in together now?
It's all in there together. We actually have 4 different programs over there. We have the day treatment program. We have the alternative school. We have the alternate to suspension program, and then we have Phoenix. And,
wow.
Yeah, we've got them all 4
all
over
one
there.
location.
You bet.
That's good.
And you know, we're working with the state right now to bring some new things into College Street. We're hoping to start implement the state of Kentucky has started this apprenticeship program, and we're hoping to bring College Street in on that to help our students learn how to be productive citizens here in Glasgow.
Oh, that's great. That's great. How many students are over there altogether?
Well, you know, we can have up to 105. We're a lot bigger than people think.
Yeah.
Usually, you know, in the springtime, we average about 90 students over there on a daily basis. And, you know, we get great support from the Board of Education, from Mr. Matthews. They let us do our thing over there. You know, we have inspections from several different agencies, and we always do very well with those. And you know, we're kind of seen as a role model in the region, if you want to know the truth. Our programs were a state finalist last year for Alternative School of Distinction. We're hoping to break through that barrier this year and to be a alternative site of distinction. You know, we've got such good support and so many good things going over there. I've got a staff that can't be beat. I've got volunteers coming in now. You know, the community is supporting us. We're doing all kinds of different things over there to help these kids.
There's a lot of good, exciting programs going on that you've got going over at the College Street campus.
It is, and, you know, in any way we can support this great high school and middle school, you know, to help them with their students in any way that we can. We're all a big team. We all are BC, that's for sure. And, you know, our staff feels like they're needed, they're wanted, and they do a great job. And we're kind of the envy in this area, to tell you the truth. I get phone calls from different districts asking how we have such great alternative programs, and I just tell them, I say, listen, it's the support from the board. They see the need, they feel that need, and we're just very, very blessed.
Dan, good to see you.
Good to see you, Jay.
Thanks for sharing a few minutes with us.
You betcha.
And have a good rest of this semester.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Mr. Dan Belding with the Barren County College Street campus. And we'll come back with the halftime stats and scoring in just a moment. Trojanettes 29, Warren East 18 on 103.7 Nash Icon.
Coca-Cola is...
Trojan Thread School Spirit Store is the #1 place to find any and all things BCHS, with a wide selection of clothes including hoodies, t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, and polos, to everyday items including pens, pencils, notebooks, and stickers, to jewelry including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and wristbands. So stop by the Trojan Thread Store any weekday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or during any home varsity basketball game. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store, keeping Barren County in style. Barren County High School Future Business Leaders of America Club is one of the most largest and thriving clubs at Barren County High. With regional, state, and national competitions to look forward to, students are able to capitalize on every and any aspect of business in the modern world. With competitions centered around technology, writing, speech, and media, among others, any club member is bound to find a path to excel upon. So for their great infusement of technology and business, the FBLA Club has been awarded the January Club Spotlight by BCHS Live.
You're watching BCHS Live on YouTube or Facebook. BCHS Live is Barren County's own live production group that is here to broadcast various types of events. Founded in 2015 by 5 BCHS students, we are here to set new heights in media and live broadcasting. BCHS Live is involved in all forms of social media. You can find us on youtube.com/BCHS Live, facebook.com/BCHS Live Network, or on Twitter at BCHS Live. BCHS Live, here to bring you everything BCHS, anywhere you want it.
Baseball coach J.R. Estes, and we are BC.
Halftime report brought to you by Zaxby's, proud sponsor of Barren County High basketball. Come by Zaxby's on Happy Valley Road before or after the game. Trojanettes 29, Warren East 18. Warren East 8 of 20 from the field in the first half, 40%. There were 2 of 6 on threes, 10 rebounds, 11 turnovers, 9 points for Balin Wardlow. Kaylin Howard scored 7, and Allie Hendrick had 2. Barren County 50% from the field in the first half, 13 of 26, 2 of 4 on threes, 1 of 2 at the foul line, 11 rebounds, and 6 turnovers. And Olivia Pointer has 10 points for Barren County, 5 for Mackenzie England. She also had 6 rebounds. 6 points for Jalynn Bush, 4 points each for Elizabeth Bertram and Mallory Pettigo. And that was all the scoring. Points off turnovers, Trojanettes with 10, Lady Raiders with 3 points to paint, 18-6. Barren County. Trojanettes had a 19-5 lead at the end of the first quarter, led by as many as 16 early in the second. But Warren East outscored the Trojanettes 13-10 in the second period.
Warren East only had 2 field goals in the first quarter. Part of the reason we were able to outscore them by 14, but they came back, shot 50% in the second quarter. They were 6 of 12 from the field in that quarter, and kind of found some other people to get in the scoring, including Caitlin Howard, who I think had all 7 of her first half points in that second quarter. So what we really did was, I think we relaxed a little bit defensively, and even in the transition game, gave them back some of those transition points that we had gotten so good at there in the first half. But we started the game really well. Olivia Pointer had all 10 of her points in the first quarter. She really started off hot for us, and part of the reason we shot over 50% in the first quarter. we just got to relax a little bit, let the game come to us offensively, and shore up that defense and make sure. I think we kind of got tricked to thinking that they didn't have anybody that could do anything besides Wardlow there in the first quarter, and then Howard kind of came alive. So I think personnel-wise, we know a little bit more about what they can do now. Even though you can go over that scouting report, it doesn't really sink in sometimes to teenage kids who can do what until you see them actually do it. So I think we're a little bit more aware, and then we'll know our matchups and take advantage of what we can do well second half.
Third quarter brought to you by A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Here's a bad pass, and Bailey Pettigo's got it. 2-on-1 break, goes to the basket, puts it in, and a foul on Wardlow.
Hadley tipped it, and Bailey got the actual steal. Start the second half off. First 5 seconds, a chance at a three-point play. I think that's exactly how you'd like to start.
31-18, Bailey Pettigo puts it in the air, good. Old-fashioned three-point play. That'll make it 32-18. Here's a steal. Almost knocked out of, well, it was knocked out of bounds. Almost a steal by Hammer. And Warren East will have the basketball. Mentioned about Kaylin Howard. She scored all 7 of her points for Warren East in that second period. Here's Wardlow with it out front.
I think if you wanted to, you could really turn up the defensive pressure against him. That's just not our style, though.
Yeah. Shot goes up, no good from 18. And here's Bailey Pettigo, flips it up to Pointer. Pointer's going to drive to the bucket, puts it up and in, off the window for a People's Bank shot.
Not very good defense by Warren East. They just kind of dinked at us and backed off to let her have the wide open lane.
34-18, 5-0 run by Barren County to start this third quarter, and have done it within 30 seconds. Here's an 18-footer by Wardlow, no good. Pointer with a rebound for Barren. And a bad pass. Bailey Pettigo tried to get it back and swatted away. It's going to be Warren East basketball.
Not exactly what you want to do after we commented how well we'd done in the first quarter. We'd look to throw the ball sideways instead of look to throw it up. We had 2 girls running free that would have had basically a 2-on-none break. We try to throw it east-west instead of north-south.
There's Wardlow with it for Warren East against Hadley Hammer. Lobs it to Howard. She goes to the basket, puts it up and in.
Bailey went for the steal instead of playing solid defense, and that's how she got a step on it.
9 points for Howard, 34-20. Hadley Hammer with it for Barren. Sends it out to Bailey Pettigo. Goes left side with it to Mallory Pettigo. Now gives it to England. Turnaround jump shot is good. Kind of laid up on the back of the rim and fell in. It's her 7th point. 36-20 score. Right side with it is Price. Price wants to drive the baseline, and we got a illegal screen on Young, and that's going to be her 3rd.
She got into foul trouble really early in the first quarter.
Yep.
And she didn't play a whole lot. Now she'll have to set again if he chooses to. Keep her out there, though, probably.
We'll see. Wardlow's got 3. Now Young's got 3.
Down 16. I think they're going to have to keep starters on the floor.
Mallory Pettigo back on the near side to Bailey Pettigo. Now here's England. Around the top of the horn, they go left side. Bailey Pettigo driving, goes to the basket. No. And England had the rebound, but had it knocked loose and taken by Wardlow. Wardlow out of the left wing. Sends it out now to Hendrick. Hendrick, top of the key. Over in the corner, goes to Price. Price brings it back out. Cross-court pass, 3 for Howard. No. Warner with a rebound. One-hand pass up to Bailey Pettigo. Straight away, Mallory Pettigo. Here's Pointer open. 3 in the air. No, came off short off the left side of the rim. And Hendrick with the basketball underneath the Price. She puts it up. It's good and a foul. And Olivia Pointer picks up her first personal. First foul of the second half. It'll be Olivia Price at the line. A 5'7" freshman for Warren East. 36-22, Barren County. 5:24 to go here in the third. Free throw goes up. It's good for Price. 36-23. And Mallory Pettigo taking her time, walking it up court for the Trojanettes. Left side is Bailey Pettigo. Back out now to Mallory Pettigo, over to England. Goes down low to Bailey Pettigo. Nice move in there, up and under, puts it in. 5 points for Bailey Pettigo here in this quarter. It's 38-23, Barren County. 4:50 to play. Ball's loose on a 4, picked back up by Wardlow. Fires it in there to Howard. Back to Wardlow. Out of the corner. Shot is good for a 3. That's her second 3-point shot of the game. She's got 12.
Their third one overall. They don't hit very many all year. They're almost double their average.
38-26. Bailey Pettigo on the left side. With it for Barren County. High post is Bertram. She drives. Goes to the bucket. Puts it up and in.
Warren East gave her strong side, and she took advantage right to the glass.
6 points for Elizabeth Bertram. It's 40-26. Barren County, 4:12 to go here in the third quarter. Wardlow with it out front for the Lady Raiders. Still on the dribble out there against Hadley Hammer. She wants to drive. Kicks it off left side over to Hendricks. She got up with a shot. Is blocked in there. And Mallory Pettigo with it. Sends it down underneath. And here's Bertram. Lays it up and in.
What's made it possible for us to get those transition buckets is we've got a bunch of girls tonight who have just run the floor and done it really well. I think they see the opportunity to get points, and nobody's going to pass that up.
42-26. Barren County with 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Price with the basketball, gives it out to Hendrick. Now Hendrick on the dribble. Goes to the high post right side to Howard. Flips it back off to Wardlow for 3. It goes out of bounds.
There's a step or two behind the three-point line and a step or two behind her range, I think.
Jalen Bush returning to the Trojanette lineup. And Sparks for Warren East.
They're going to pick up a little full-court pressure here. It's Warren East. They look a little confused, but I think it's man.
There's Bailey Pettigo racing across into the front court here on the near side. She's guarded out there by Price. Sends it off to Bertram on the left wing. Coming out is England. Fires it back off the right side. Bailey Pettigo, 3, no good. Rebound to Howard. Outlet pass to Price. Price lost the handle. Now she's in trouble. Bertram smothered her. Whistle. What do we got?
Timeout warning.
2:43 to play. Third quarter. It's Barren County 42, Warren East 26. Take a Coca-Cola timeout. Open a Coke and enjoy the game. Try to get a few scores for you here later, especially on that Bowling Green South Warren girls game. And then we'll try to update you on Glasgow at Warren Central girls tonight. That game not started as of yet. I think that's a JV varsity doubleheader. And a couple of other games involving a district. That's Cumberland County at Clinton County tonight. Also Logan County at Allen County Scottsville. Monroe County at Franklin Simpson. Of course, Monroe County will be here on Friday night. Greenwood boys at Adair. Hart County boys at Campbellsville. Looks like Allen County Scottsville girls lead Logan County 28-17. And Monroe County's girls 32, Franklin Simpson 22 at the break. Warren East basketballs. Howard sends it out to Sparks. Guarded out there by Bertram. Now Sparks picks up her dribble, bounces on the high post right. Howard wants to work, spin move, trying to go up between two players, no good. Rebound put back up, no good. Going to get a foul, and that's going to send Young to the free throw line.
Miscommunication there. We had everybody concentrating on the people with the ball and left open the backside. Just happened the rebound fell in her lap.
Elizabeth Young, only a 40% free throw shooter, 6'1" junior, averages 2 points a game. Shot goes up and barely brushed the left side of the rim. South Warren leads Bowling Green 27-9 at halftime. That's a surprise.
How about that?
Second shot's good for Young. 42-27. Trojanettes hammer, losing the handle, shoving it back off, and a turnover, and there's Wardlow laying it up and in.
Well, their pressure wasn't very much the first time, but they turned it up a little bit there and got a turnover.
42-29. Bertram on the left side. Right side is Bush. Back out to Hammer. Now to Bailey Pettigo. 2 minutes to play in the third. Bailey Pettigo goes left side with it to Bertram. Looking for Bush, cutting across the lane, turns and puts it up. Oh, a traveling violation on Bush.
We got to learn where the defense is. That's our post player's weakness right now. Is it's not going to hurt you to take a second, figure out where the defense is coming from, and spin away from them. It's better to spin into them, and that's what caused the turnover there.
Yeah. Wardlow with it for the Lady Raiders. Bounces it in there to Howard. Shovels it back out to Sparks. And knocked out of bounds by Bertram, they say. So it'll stay with Warren East with 1:36 to play here in the third quarter. Here's Wardlow, top of the key, penetrating, splitting the defender. She walked, no whistle. There's a three-point shot way off the mark, and going to have a jump ball possession arrow to the Trojanettes.
She didn't walk a little bit. She walked as much as that Kansas guy did at the end of the game the other night from half court to the free throw line.
Now Warren East picking up with full court pressure here as it comes into Mallory Pettigo.
2-2-1 now. We didn't have any trouble with the man. I think we turned it over against the zone previously, though.
Ball goes down to Pointer. Down into Bertram. Kind of faked and goes up with a shot. She's fouled. Young picks up her fourth. It's the team's third of the second half. Elizabeth Bertram. First one good. 63% free throw shooter of the season. Gives her 9 points on the night. Lydia Doblestein, a 5'10" senior, played a little bit in that first half. And Bertram can't get that one, too strong. Ball tips back to Bertram. Bertram, little 4-footer on the baseline, no good. And rebound taken by Howard. Howard in the front court, leaves it with Wardlow. 1 minute to play in the third quarter. Off to the right side, back to Howard. Fakes the three. Cut off, ball knocked away, stolen by Bertram, and loses it out of bounds.
Yeah, can't put it down in that situation. Didn't have an angle. You get a turnover, keep it.
.50 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Sparks with a basketball for Warren East. Dribbles off left side, looks right, feeds it into Howard. Howard working it inside, down low, puts it up and in.
Got to stand our ground. We just kind of let her back us down.
She's got 11 points. 43-31. 12-point lead for Barren. Been a pretty even game since the first quarter. Mallory Pettigo, left side to Pointer. 19 seconds to go. Pointer bounces long over to Mallory Pettigo. Back to Pointer. Pointer drives toward the lane, and a bad pass going to be taken by Wardlow. Wardlow is going to be pushed a little bit from Bailey Pettigo, and that's her third. Team's third of the second half.
Might have a discussion here, and that's going to be an intentional foul. I don't think it's a bad call just because it wasn't intentional, but the way the action looked coming from behind of the official, I thought he would probably call it just because she kind of gave her a little forearm to the back. Not anything out of the way, but they'll get the free throws out of it. And 4.7 left here in the third.
Wardlow normally a 75% free throw shooter. Second shot of the way, she got that one. It trims the lead to 11.
It actually makes it an even quarter. That's what it does as well, 14 apiece in the quarter. And if it wasn't for the lead that we had in the first quarter, this would, as you said, it'd be an even game because they actually outscored us by 3 in the second quarter.
Yeah. 4.7 to play. And going to have to hurry, get it in bounds. There's 5-second count.
All the play was designed to kind of run away from everybody instead of run to the ball, and she didn't have an outlet once nobody was open.
2-2-1. Mallory Pettigo, 4 seconds, 3. Lobs it down to Pointer. 3 at the horn. Got it. 15 for Pointer. That ends the quarter. The Trojanettes up 46-32 over Warren East. We'll come back with the fourth quarter in a moment. You're following the Trojanettes on 103.7 Nash Icon.
O'Reilly.
Trojan Thread School Spirit Store is the #1 place to find any and all things BCHS, with a wide selection of clothes including hoodies, t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, and polos, to everyday items including pens, pencils, notebooks, and stickers, to jewelry including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and wristbands. So stop by the Trojan Thread Store any weekday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or during any home varsity basketball game. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store, keeping Barren County in style.
On history.
You're listening to Barren County Sports on 103.7 Nash Icon.
This is Randy Simmons, Barren County Board of Education member. We are BC.
46-32, Barren County as we head into the fourth quarter. Brought to you by Citizens First Bank. Come grow with us. Jay Turner with Robert Bauer. Trojanettes 7 of 11 in the third quarter, 63.6%. Warren East 5 of 12, 41.7. Currently, the Trojanettes are shooting 20 of 37 for 54.1. Warren East 13 of 32 for 40.6. Rebounds pretty even, 16-15 Trojanettes. Warren East with 16 turnovers, 10 for Barren County through 3 periods. And Barren County outscored Warren East 17-14 of that three-pointer at the buzzer by Olivia Pointer. Sparks with the basketball, rather Hendrick with the basketball. And here's a shot out of the corner, good. And that was Price. It's her 5th point of the game.
It is an absolutely even basketball game if you look at the second and third periods. So, as you mentioned, take out the first quarter and we're in a ball game.
There's a pass deflected, but Pointer grabs it, trying to go baseline, dumps it into England. She puts it up and in.
It's still not inconceivable that Warren East can get back in the game, but plays like that are what we need, easy shots and conversions to keep that from happening.
48-34. Barren County, 7:15 to play in the basketball game. Blankenship is back at the floor for Coach Andrew Peters. Here's Howard, sends it out to Hendrick. Now around the perimeter, they go left side with it to Sparks, and back out to the left side now is Price. Back out to Hendrick. Just over a minute gone here in the fourth quarter. Hendrick back out to Price. He dribbles to the right side. Now lobs it down low, and there to Howard. She's double teamed, and Pointer just rips it away from her. Pointer bounce pass to Bertram and puts it up and in, but it won't count. Traveling violation.
Pretty pass. You just got to know where she is and how far she is away from the goal to be able to put it down once and then pick it up, lay it in.
Now Balin Wardlow, the senior for Warren East, checking into the game, playing with 3 fouls. She has 15 points to lead Coach Andrew Peters' Warren East team. 48-34, 6:34 to play. Here's Sparks with it, goes into the key, and then stolen away by Bertram. Bertram will go to the bucket. She'll put it up and in.
The body to keep the defender from getting to the basketball.
Elizabeth Bertram, 11 points, 7 in the second half. 50-34, a 3-point shot, no good. Here comes Pointer with it, stripped away. And here's Wardlow, 18-foot of the air, no. And Howard puts it back up and in.
That's not an easy rebound. It didn't hit glass, or it didn't hit the rim at all, and it straight off the glass into her hands, and she was ready for it.
50-36, Mallory Pettigo dumps it to England, and she puts it up and in.
That's tough to defend, so that means it's well executed as our girls threw it up high, kept it there.
And Trojanettes have 3 players in double figures tonight. It's 52-36. 5:40 left in the game. Hendrick with it, right side over to Sparks, has a look at the 3, lets it go, and it's good.
Now line drive.
Third 3-pointer for Warren East of the game. 52-39. 5:24 to play. Got the Trojans and Raiders in game 2. We're doubleheader tonight. Here's Bertram driving. going to the bucket. Came up short. Going to get a foul here on Blankenship. Her first, team's fourth. Elizabeth Bertram will go back to the free throw line where she was 1 of 2 the last trip.
Most points we scored all year, 67 against Caverna. I don't think we're going to get there, but the next most after that is 56. I think we have a pretty good chance to make this our second most points of the year. I think it's easy to say that offensively we played pretty well, but by far this is the best we've played. Getting the ball ahead, pushing the ball out, and getting easy buckets.
Yeah. Bertram gets the free throw to make it 54-39, a 15-point lead for Barren County. Here's Young with the basketball, heads toward the paint, sends it across to Howard. Howard's going to try a 17-footer that's no good. Ball hits the floor, taken by Hammer. Gives to Mallory Pettigo, sends it down the floor underneath, and a shot put up no good. England puts it back up no, and coming out there with it is Hendrick. For Warren East, out to Wardlow. Wardlow back over to Hendrick on the left side. Fires it down to Young. She may have walked and lost the handle. Here comes Pointer with it for the Trojanettes. Pointer has it poked up, tried to go up with a shot in midair, and then hammered, no good. Trying to get her on rebound. Ball goes out of bounds. Warren East will get it.
But as well as you played in transition, you're going to have a few sloppy possessions. Those are the ones you're working to get rid of. And slowly throughout the year, you've seen the number of bad possessions, I think, for us decline. And that's obviously a sign of us getting better.
54-39 and a timeout for Warren East. 4:15. This will be a full timeout with Barren County leading 54-39 over the Warren East Lady Raiders. Coca-Cola timeout and a look at the Coca-Cola scoreboard as South Warren leads Bowling Green 42-24, 6:51 to go in the game.
I mean, I don't think it's surprising that South Warren's winning. I do think it's a little bit of surprising in the margin that they're beating them. South Warren 2-0 in the district. Bowling Green just 1-0. I think South Warren's probably the best team in that district. They've had a tough stretch over Christmas where they haven't played as well, but I think overall South Warren is probably the best team down there. And, you know, it's shaping up. There might start to be a couple of tiers at the top in the girls where you've got kind of an upper tier, and then there's a next tier, and then I think there's a group that's a little bit better than the bottom half. So you haven't seen that a lot in the girls' side in the last few years. It's almost been there's this top tier where you can throw 5 or 6 in there and anybody can win it, and then there's everybody else. For us, I think that's a good sign, basically because we're in one of those upper tiers, and we got to continue to get better and strive to be in one of the upper 2 tiers as the year comes out. And our rankings are kind of showing that, and people are kind of recognizing that we're a team that is just on the verge of climbing into one of those 2 upper tiers.
Yeah. Wardlow with it out top. Still on the dribble. Sends it left side over to Hendrick. Hendrick out to Price. And now Price is called for palming it.
You don't see palming the basketball called when you're not trying to make a move, but he called it just her dribbling the basketball out in the open court.
Barren County's basketball, 3:59 to play. Leading 54-39. Bertram with it out front. Gives it to Mallory Pettigo down in the corner to Pointer. Now Pointer bounces down in low to England. She works inside, puts it up and in. England with 8 points in the second half, 13 for the ball game. 56-39. We come down in 3:35 left to go. Sparks sends it across over to Price, and she'll bring it back out. Price still on the dribble, trying to get a screen from Wardlow. Could have been a moving screen right there. Ball goes out of bounds off the leg of Pointer.
Ready to line up, number 5, Elkin.
Elkin checking back into the Warren East lineup now. And it'll be Howard to toss it in on the right baseline. Gets it to Young. She traveled. She did that a while ago, and they didn't call it. Just kind of takes little steps before putting the dribble down. 3:20 to play. 56-39 Trojanettes. Mallory Pettigo hands it off to Bertram. She goes inside. Runner no good. Off the front of the rim. Rebound to Howard. Howard pushing it down the floor for Warren East. Holds up now. Gives it to Wardlow. Wardlow sends it over to Elkin for a three, and it's no good. England with a rebound. Off to Mallory Pettigo. Sends it down to Bertram. And missed the layup. Rebound to Wardlow.
We got to convert those.
Wardlow taking it down the right side. Gives it to Young. Sends it to Elkin. Back out now to Price. With 2:42 to play. Here's a three by Wardlow. Short. And ball gets knocked loose. And here's Young going up. Blocked. Oh, a late whistle. Looks like a clean block from this angle, but they're going to call a foul on Mackenzie England. Her second. That'll be the fourth of the second half.
That was a tad bit late.
Elizabeth Young, one of two. First shot goes up. It's no good. Jalen Bush in for Coach Piper Lindsay. Mackenzie England will check out. And back in for Warren East now is Kelsey Sparks. She'll replace Elkin. 56-39. And it's another free throw for Young, and it's no good. Rebound up court it goes to Bertram. Just lost her footing there. Left corner, Pointer three. Got it.
She was hiding down here on the free throw, and we couldn't get the rebound clean enough to get it down there to her for a layup, but she still was a beneficiary of an assist on the three.
And we're going to get an offensive foul on Wardlow.
Sadly, second charge she's taken tonight.
That'll be her fourth.
I think they're both been against Wardlow.
(59-39) Trojanettes, 2:13 to play. Here's Mallory Pettigo with it. Sends it down the corner again to Pointer. Ball's going to be kicked, trying to bounce it down low to Bush. So the Trojanettes will keep it here in front of their own bench. Out to Mallory Pettigo. Over it goes to Bertram. Now Hadley Hammer with it on the right wing. Slings it back out to Pointer. Another three ball to the air. No good this time. Ball gets away, but chased down by Sparks. Minute 45 left to go. Sparks still dribbling. Goes down to the corner. I believe it hit the end line. And so Barren County will get it. Carly Delk, Brianna Francis, Katie Carl, and who else came in? Eve Jackson.
Yes.
This ball comes into Carl. She'll bring it across the line against Wardlow. Behind the back dribble. Heads right down the lane. Trying to go up with a shot, and a foul here on Warren East.
Yeah, got a little too deep there and was up in the air with nowhere to go. And honestly, I think she was trying to dish it off to Jalen, but she's going to be the beneficiary of the official saying that she was shooting two shots.
Doublestein back in the game for Warren East. Katie Carl puts it up, but rims off. Katie Carl, 5'4" sophomore. Brianna Francis, 5'6" junior. Shot goes up for Carl, and I don't believe that even touched the rim. Carly Delk, 5'9" freshman. And Eve Jackson is a 5'9" freshman. They stay, Jalen Bush stays in the game. Minute 20 to play. They throw it back out to Price. And here's Howard for a three. It is no good. And rebound to Jackson. Jackson through the hands of Bush and out of bounds.
Got to slow that tempo and pace there. It's awful difficult for one of our big girls to try to put it on the floor through a lot of slapping hands to get it to the other end.
1 minute to play. Price with it on the right side. Gives it in there to Howard. Howard works between two players. Foul here on the Trojanettes. Bush, her second. Team's fifth. And Howard at the line for two shots. 13 points. And missed the first. She's a 72% free throw shooter. They haven't hit very well from the line.
They're as a team, they're not very good. They're under 50%, I think.
Yeah, 49% actually. And she hits that one for point number 14. 59-40. 48 seconds to go in the ball game. It's Katie Carl giving it over to Eve Jackson. Had an open look at a three. Now we'll kick it out to Delk, top of the key. Sends it back over to Carl. Now she's on the dribble against Wardlow. Here's Delk with it right side. Out to Jackson. Bounces over to Bush. It's too wide, out of bounds.
You got a player cutting. We try to throw it behind her. It's awful hard to go back and get it. Unforced turnover there, but we've had a few of those tonight. Still overcame them and played one of our better games we've played in a while.
Malaya Coleman, a 5'6" freshman, number 25, checks into the Warren East lineup. 24 seconds to play. Coleman with it on the right. Now picks up her dribble. Gets rid of it to Howard. Howard heads into the paint. Goes under. Puts it up. It's no good. And rebounded there by Eve Jackson. Off to Katie Carl with 10 seconds to play. Carl pushing it down the floor. Has it back tap, but it goes right in the hands of Delk, and she puts it in.
Give the assist to the Warren East player, I think.
Yeah, 61-40, and that will do it. Barren County picks up their 9th win of the season against 8 losses. Warren East drops to 3-9 on the year. And Barren was favored by 20 tonight. They win it by 21.
Pretty accurate.
61-40. Final score tonight. We'll come back with the Coca-Cola postgame report in just a moment as you're following the Trojanettes on 103.7 Nash Icon.
Trojan Thread School Spirit Store is the #1 place to find any and all things BCHS. With a wide selection of clothes including hoodies, t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, and polos, to everyday items including pens, pencils, notebooks, and stickers, to jewelry including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and wristbands. So stop by the Trojan Thread Store any weekday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or during any home varsity basketball game. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store, keeping Barren County in style. County High School Future Business Leaders of America Club is one of the most largest and thriving clubs at Barren County High. With regional, state, and national competitions to look forward to, students are able to capitalize on every and any aspect of business in the modern world. With competitions centered around technology, writing, speech, and media, among others, any club member is bound to find a path to excel upon. So for their great infusement of technology and business, the FBLA Club has been awarded the January Club Spotlight by BCHS Live.
You're watching BCHS Live on YouTube or Facebook. BCHS Live is Barren County's own live production group that is here to broadcast various types of events. Founded in 2015 by 5 BCHS students, we are here to set new heights in media and live broadcasting. BCHS Live is involved in all forms of social media. You can find us on youtube.com/BCHS Live, facebook.com/BCHS Live Network, or on Twitter at BCHS Live. BCHS Live, here to bring you everything BCHS, anywhere you want it.
Superintendent for Barren County Schools, and we are BC.
Trojanettes win tonight, 61-40 over Warren East. So we welcome you to the Coca-Cola postgame report. Our postgame stats presented by Southern States of Glasgow and Horse Cave. Warren East in the second half, 8 of 22 from the field, 36.4%. They were 16 of 42 for the ball game, 38.1%. On three-point shots tonight, the Lady Raiders are 4 of 14, 4 of 9 from the free throw line, 21 rebounds, 6 of those in the offensive end. They turned the ball over 23 times tonight. And they were led in scoring, but Balin Wardlow had 15. Kaylin Howard had 14, 5 for Olivia Price, 3 for Kelsey Sparks, 2 for Allie Hendrick, and 1 for Elizabeth Young. Barron County in the second half, 13 of 24 from the field, 54.2%. There were 26 of 50 for the game, 52% shooting for the Trojanettes tonight, when normally they shoot 40.7% from the field. Barron County 4 of 9 on three-point shots, 5 of 9 from the foul line, 24 rebounds, 6 on the offensive end, turned the ball over 13 times tonight, had 14 steals. Olivia Pointer with 4 threes in the game for 18. Mackenzie England, 13 points tonight and 8 rebounds, 12 points for Elizabeth Bertram, 6 for Jalen Bush, 5 for Bailey Pettigo, 4 for Mallory Pettigo, and 2 for Carly Delk. Points off turnovers, Barron County with 22. Warren East with 9 points to paint, 34-14. Trojanettes. And bench points, 19-3. Barron County. The Trojanettes led 19-5 at the end of the first quarter. 29-18 at halftime, 46-32 after 3, 61-40 final score. Coach Piper Lindsay here. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
Talk about it a little bit. I know that first quarter we played really well, and then it kind of dropped off a little bit, then we picked it back up again.
Yeah, I thought we came out really sharp the first quarter, had some great stops defensively, obviously, if we just hold them to 5 points, but we were running in transition and getting easy baskets. I don't know what our field goal percentage was just in that quarter in particular, but I know it had to be pretty high. Second quarter, I feel like we just kind of took our foot off the gas a little bit. We got content with what we were doing, and we just thought we could cruise out. And Warren East is a tough team. They've got a great coach, so we've got to understand that we want to keep pushing forward and extend that lead instead of having them win a second quarter like they did.
Cousin against cousin tonight.
It was, it's a special thing, especially here where we both went to school, and it's a neat experience, and we just have a special bond.
Warren East had a couple of pretty nice players. Wardlow and Howard are pretty nice players. Wardlow's a senior, Howard's a junior, but they scored 29 of their 40.
I tell you, Wardlow's tough to guard. I thought the girls that we threw at her did a good job. They kept her in front, had a hand in her face, and she was still knocking down shots. Howard, she's crafty. She's a good player as well.
Olivia Pointer knocked down 4 threes for you tonight. Really got things going for you. She had 10 in the first half. I think she finished with 18 unless I missed a basket somewhere. And I know Mackenzie England almost a double-double tonight, 13 points, 8 rebounds.
Yeah, that was one of our focuses. We wanted to try to get inside, and then we would hope that it would open up our outside game, and that's where I think Olivia got a couple of her shots. But Kenzie was a beast inside. I thought she rebounded, obviously, really well, and that's we just got to keep getting consistent. I feel like we're up and down a little bit. I know you have to kind of expect that with a young team, and with Olivia, she hasn't played much varsity basketball. We just got to continue to get consistent. And
you scored 22 points off their 23 turnovers.
Hey, again, in transition, I feel like that's definitely a big number that we want to see. We're getting some easy baskets, and got to make sure we're finishing around the rim.
Well, you go to 9-8 on the season, and you got a rematch with the Lady Falcons on Friday.
Yeah, I think we're excited about that. I know we played 3 great quarters up there the last time we played them earlier in the season, and if we can take away that one quarter, we were right there with them. So I'm anxious to see how we do on Friday. I think the girls will be ready.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, Jay.
Coach Piper Lindsay and the Trojanettes winning tonight by a score of 61-40 over the Warren East Lady Raiders. And Coach Piper Lindsay's comments tonight brought to you by McDonald's, now serving breakfast all day, every day. I'm loving it. We'll come back and get set for the Trojans and the Raiders in Game 2 of our doubleheader. Coming up next right here on 103.7 Nash Icon.
Trojan Thread School Spirit Store is the #1 place to find any and all things BCHS. With a wide selection of clothes including hoodies, t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, and polos, to everyday items including pens, pencils, notebooks, and stickers, to jewelry including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and wristbands. So stop by the Trojan Thread Store any weekday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or during any home varsity basketball game. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store, keeping Barron County in style. County High School Future Business Leaders of America Club is one of the most largest and thriving clubs at Barren County High. With regional, state, and national competitions to look forward to, students are able to capitalize on every and any aspect of business in the modern world. With competitions centered around technology, writing, speech, and media, among others, any club member is bound to find a path to excel upon. So for their great infusement of technology and business, the FBLA Club has been awarded the January Club Spotlight by BCHS Live.
You're watching BCHS Live on YouTube or Facebook. BCHS Live is Barren County's own live production group that is here to broadcast various types of events. Founded in 2015 by 5 BCHS students, we are here to set new heights in media and live broadcasting. BCHS Live is involved in all forms of social media. You can find us on youtube.com/BCHS Live, facebook.com/BCHS Live Network, or on Twitter at BCHS Live. BCHS Live, here to bring you everything BCHS, anywhere you want it.
Trojan Thread School Spirit Store is the #1 place to find any and all things BCHS. With a wide selection of clothes including hoodies, t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, and polos, to everyday items including pens, pencils, notebooks, and stickers, to jewelry including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and wristbands. So stop by the Trojan Thread Store any weekday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or during any home varsity basketball game. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store, keeping Barren County in style.
Tournament in 20 years. 1997 was their last trip. And when you're having to battle Bowling Green and Warren Central night after night and year after year, it's kind of hard to get out of that 14th district. Barren County has 2 wins, 2 back-to-back wins over the Raiders. Last year, 77-72. 2 years ago, 69-68. Coach Brandon Combs finished 14-15 last year, 11-15 2 years ago. Warren East winning 3 years ago in overtime, 52-51. They went 15-11. And so Coach Brandon Combs hoping to have a winning season this year and hoping to pull off an upset against Warren Central at least to get to the 4th region tournament come the 1st of March. Barren County 6-10. They've been rated number 9 this week in all 3 polls. That includes the Litkin House ratings, the Cantrell ratings of the Lexington Herald Leader, and also the Bowling Green Daily News prep poll. Of course, the host Monroe County here Friday night, a rematch. It was a 4-overtime game in Tompkinsville back in December, 70-67. Trojans shooting 41.5% from the field, 30.2 on threes. 66% at the free throw line, averaging 24 rebounds a game. And the Trojans are averaging 51.3 points, giving up an average of 53 a game. And as I mentioned, Warren East averaging 68 points a game. And they've got an outstanding player in Traquan Patterson. He's a senior. He's averaging 27.6 points a game.
No matter what school you're at, that's pretty good for a high school basketball player, averaging close to 30 points a basketball game. They have a really nice record. But when you look at the record, it's really kind of misleading to me. I'm not saying they're not a good basketball club. We always have trouble with them. They always give us good games, and we struggle sometimes with their athleticism and forget to do things fundamentally, and it really hurts us. But if you add up all the teams that they have beaten, they've beaten the bottom tier of our region is really what they've beaten. You look at Metcalf, 0-14, South Warren 4-12, Allen County 4-9, Russell County 3-11. They've beaten Todd County Central twice, who's 3-10. Logan County 4-11. You add all that up, they've beaten teams in our region that are 21-77. So they haven't beaten good teams. The teams that they've beaten out of the region, however, Graves County 12-5 and John Hardin 10-5. So they've beaten good teams out of the region, but they haven't. They don't play a schedule. This is really kind of what Brandon does. They just don't play a whole lot or go a whole lot and play teams out. With their 3 losses, they do have a really bad loss, I think, to Logan County. It's one of their 4 wins on the year. But they've Russellville beat them, and Collins beat them, who's probably one of the #1 teams in the 8th region. They're 14-3. So this is a team that I think is going to give us a very good basketball game tonight. Don't get me wrong. I think this is a team that we can compete with. But we have to play like we did against Warren Central the other night. We have to make shots. I think that was a excellent effort for probably 3 and maybe a half quarters. And then we just kind of ran out of gas. We stopped making shots, and the things that Warren Central does well kind of started to come in, creep in, force us into turnovers, and we just ran out of gas a little bit. But more than anything, I think we have to take that, and Warren will probably reference that over and over. Remember what we did at Warren Central. Remember how we competed for those 3.5 quarters. We have to come out and compete against everybody, and Warren East is a team that we can do that against tonight. I think this should be a good game, and it would be a really good win over a team that I think has some very nice players.
Mentioned Warren East wins over Metcalf 80-35, South Warren 62-39, Allen County Scottsville 60-54, Graves County 72-65, Russell County 77-42, Todd County Central 73-64. They lost to Collins 74-55, and they came back with 3 straight wins over Logan County 72-57, John Hardin 69-61, and that 27-point win over Todd County Central on January the 3rd, 1 week ago tonight. Their other losses to Russellville, 71-53. Logan County, first of the season, 62-59. And that Collins loss, 74-55. We'll come back with more pregame coverage in a moment, brought to you by McDonald's as the Trojans take on the Raiders tonight. You're following the Trojans on 103.7 Nash Icon.
Trojan Thread School Spirit Store is the #1 place to find any and all things BCHS, with a wide selection of clothes including hoodies, t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, and polos, to everyday items including pens, pencils, notebooks, and stickers, to jewelry including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and wristbands. So stop by the Trojan Thread Store any weekday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or during any home varsity basketball game. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store, keeping Barren County in style. Barren County High School Future Business Leaders of America Club is one of the most largest and thriving clubs at Barren County High. With regional, state, and national competitions to look forward to, students are able to capitalize on every and any aspect of business in the modern world. With competitions centered around technology, writing, speech, and media, among others, any club member is bound to find a path to excel upon. So for their great infusement of technology and business, the FBLA Club has been awarded the January Club Spotlight by BCHS Live.
You're watching BCHS Live on YouTube or Facebook. BCHS Live is Barren County's own live production group that is here to broadcast various types of events. Founded in 2015 by 5 BCHS students, we are here to set new heights in media and live broadcasting. BCHS Live is involved in all forms of social media. You can find us on youtube.com/BCHS Live, facebook.com/BCHS Live Network, or on Twitter at BCHS Live. BCHS Live, here to bring you everything BCHS, anywhere you want it.
Trojan Thread School Spirit Store is the #1 place to find any and all things BCHS, with a wide selection of clothes including hoodies, t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, and polos, to everyday items including pens, pencils, notebooks, and stickers, to jewelry including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and wristbands. So stop by the Trojan Thread Store any weekday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or during any home varsity basketball game. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store, keeping Barren County in style.
Second time around, also that Caveland Classic. So you take those games and turn them into W's. That record is going to be flip-flopped around. So hopefully the Trojans can pull off a win tonight over the Raiders. They will come in as a 7-point favorite over the Trojans. They've been ranked number 6 in the region this week, number 5 in the Bowling Green Daily News prep poll. And the Trojans rated number 9 in this week's rankings. Take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by South Central Bank. Small enough to know you, big enough to help, for the Warren East Raiders under head coach Brandon Combs. Traquan Patterson, a 6-foot senior, averaging 27.6 points a game. Patrick Satterfield, a 5'9 senior, averages almost 12 a game. Tayshawn Neal, a 6'4 junior, 8 points, 4.5 rebounds. Chauncey Greer, a 6-foot senior, averaging 6.2. And Jacob Howard, a 6'4 senior, 4.8 points and 4 rebounds a game. So they start 4 seniors and a junior in their starting lineup for Coach Brandon Combs. For Warren Cunningham's Barren County Trojans, Coach Cunningham in his 9th season. Assistant coaches Matt Gardner, Lee Johnson, and Jared Browning. Parker Stevens, 5'11", 148 a junior, averaging 5.3 points a game. Branson London, 6'3", 153, and a senior that averages 10. Garrett Arterburn, 6'1", 150 a junior, averaging 7 points a game. Jared Coomer, 6'7", 176 a junior, 15.5 points, 8 rebounds. And Will Bandy, 6'5", 205 a freshman, 6.5 points and 4 rebounds a game. We'll come back with the Farmers RACC Jackie Browning Memorial Opening Tip-Off after this timeout. You're following the Trojans on 103.7 Nash Icon.
Trojan Thread School Spirit Store is the #1 place to find any and all things BCHS. With a wide selection of clothes including hoodies, t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, and polos, to everyday items including pens, pencils, notebooks, and stickers, to jewelry including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and wristbands. So stop by the Trojan Thread Store any weekday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or during any home varsity basketball game. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store, keeping Barren County in style. Barren County High School Future Business Leaders of America Club is one of the most largest and thriving clubs at Barren County High. With regional, state, and national competitions to look forward to, students are able to capitalize on every and any aspect of business in the modern world. With competitions centered around technology, writing, speech, and media, among others, any club member is bound to find a path to excel upon. So for their great infusement of technology and business, the FBLA Club has been awarded the January Club Spotlight by BCHS Live.
C Commodities understands.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome everyone to Barren County High School Gymnasium for Kentucky High School men's 4th Region basketball action. Game this evening between the visitors on the scoreboard, the Warren East Raiders. And the home team on the scoreboard, your very own Barren County Trojans. Starting at one guard, number 3, Traquan Patterson. Starting at one guard, number 10, Patrick Satterfield. Starting at one guard, number 15, Chauncey Greer. Starting at forward, number 21, Tayshawn Neal. And starting at center, number 12, Jacob Howard. Warren East is coached by Brandon Combs. And now introducing the starters for your very own Barren County Trojans. Starting at one guard, a 5'11 junior, number 5, Parker Stevens. Starting at one guard, a 6'1 junior, number 33, Garrett Arterburn. Starting at one guard, a 6'3 senior, number 3, Branson London. Starting at forward, 6'5 freshman number 20, Will Bandy. And starting at forward, a 6'7 junior number 12, Jared Coomer. Trojans are coached by assistant coaches Matt Gardner, Lee Johnson, and Jared Browning. Trojan head coach is Warren Cunningham. Your pitcher for tonight's game.
Obviously, Andrew Peters is a Barren County graduate. Brandon Combs is as well. He's a high school boy. Probably graduated late 90s, and Orlando Hayden, one of his assistants, is also a Barren County graduate.
A lot of Barren County connections.
Right.
Warren East coming right to left, Barren County left to right here in this first half. Jared Coomer will step in at 6'7". Jacob Howard, 6'4", for Warren East. Not a huge crowd here tonight for Tuesday. I say we'll have a larger crowd Friday night when Monroe comes in. Tony Franklin tosses it up, and Warren East will control it. Satterfield with a basketball for the Raiders. Started by Parker Stevens. He'll send it left side over to Greer. Now Greer will get it back out to Satterfield once again. Near side is Howard. He looks down low. And now fires it down in there to Neal. Turnaround shot, good to the baseline.
Little block-to-block screen. We got lost. The guy coming across, nobody picked him up. We didn't know if we were going to switch or stay. Allowed him to get a 4-foot baseline jumper.
So Warren East takes the first lead of the basketball game. Here's Stevens. Bounce pass off to Bandy at the left elbow. And now he turns with it. Fires it off to Stevens. Lobs it and deflected off the hand of Coomer. Warren East comes up with a basketball. Here's Satterfield with around the top of the horn. Backs away in the dribble. He'll send it left side over to Greer. Greer heads toward the paint. He stumbled. Going to have a foul, though, on Garrett Arterburn. His first, team's first, and it's Warren East basketball underneath. Tayshawn Neal will toss it in. Comes down the corner to Satterfield, left side. Now driving with it is Patterson. Shot partially blocked, gets his own rebound, puts it back up and in.
Quickly. Back up off the floor to get that rebound. Got to react if we want to get rebounds tonight.
Warren East with a 4-0 lead. Stevens against Satterfield. A lot of hand checking going on out there on Stevens.
We should be used to that from Warren Central the other night.
Yeah.
That's how they played us, and we were able to maintain and not turn the basketball over.
Stevens gets it out to Coomer. Now Coomer on the dribble. Crossover. Throws it over the head of Bandy and out of bounds.
2 possessions we've had, we've thrown it to the wrong hand. If he leads Bandy the other way, it's a layup. And a while ago when Jared was posted, if we threw it to the other hand, it's a layup. And Warren not happy. Minute and a half in, 5 out for the Trojans.
Number 14, Landon Key.
Landon Key got Caleb Hester, Tyler Smith, Brandon Reed, and Tyler Mosby in the ball game for Coach Warren Cunningham. Here's Howard with it. Left of the key. Fires it down underneath. And a shot put up and in. And a foul here as Satterfield gets the bucket. Foul is going to be on Landon Key.
Not ready to play tonight. We got backdoored and committed the foul to boot.
Well, I tell you what, we better be ready to play Friday night.
Yep.
I'm going to tell you the Falcons will be fired up.
I think they've gotten a lot better since the last time we played them. But this is not a game we cannot win. I think this is a game we got to come in and play and get better, just like we talked about with the girls, to be ready for Friday.
Here's Tyler Smith trying to go up with a shot. No. And Warren East out to a 7-0 lead with 6:05 to play here in the first quarter.
See the pace they like to play at. They want to get it up and down.
Patterson wants to drive around Hester. He'll go in for the shot. It's partially blocked. Ball tipped away, and coming down with it is Mosby. Also the ball game for Barren County is Harrison Davis. Here's a 3 by Reed. Knocks the bottom out of it.
Hester kept the ball alive and found him in the corner there.
7-3. First basket of the ball game for Barren County on a People's Bank three-pointer from Brandon Reed. Here's Patterson. Gives it off, working, left side, out to Howard. Back in the corner to Patterson. Patterson heads toward the paint, jump stop, kicks it off in the right corner. 3 by Greer is good.
3-point basket, Greer.
They shoot 36% behind the arc as a team. 10-3, Warren East. Here's Hester, giving it over to Reed, back to Hester. Feeds it to Smith at the high post right. Hands it back off to Reed. Another 3 ball, no good. Long rebound's going to go out of bounds of the Warren East bench.
Fading away, couldn't get his balance like he did on the first one.
4:57 to play here in the first quarter. Barren County trailing Warren East 10-3. Satterfield with a basketball, bounces off to Patterson. Now Patterson pulls up with a 15-foot jumper, knocks the bottom out of it.
Having a hard time defending him. 10-3, make it 12-3 now. Timeout, Trojans. They run a lot of screening action for him, and a while ago we had a switch that just wasn't going to work. We had Tyler Mosby out on Patterson. I don't think that's a matchup that we won, and we got switched off, went underneath the screen, allowed him to put up an 18-footer that he knocked down. So defensively, we're not very good right now, and offensively, we're having a very hard time without a starter on the floor finding any points at all.
Glasgow girls down at Warren Central tonight. The Lady Scotties lead after one, 6-3.
Well, you saw what kind of pace Warren Central girls like to play. Sounds like they're dictating it.
Yep. 12-3 here. Warren East leading Barren County. 4:40 to play, first quarter. Hester goes left side with it to Davis. Bounces down low to Smith. Turns, puts it up thin off the glass.
Had it in a position to score a while ago. Didn't face up. That time he turned and scored.
There's Patterson driving to the bucket. Partially blocked, tipped away. Loose ball is kicked. Going to go back across the timeline and out of bounds.
Give it to us.
Yeah, it's going to be, well, it should be Barren County basketball.
Get a change coming across, or at least talk about it. Give it to Warren East. I think that was the right call. I do think one of our guys kicked it.
Well, Raiders have it. Here's Satterfield with it. Satterfield bounces down there to Neal. Here's a three straight away by Howard. It's good. 15-5, Warren East. Hester getting pressure in the backcourt. Double team, fires it off down to Reed. Reed will take it to the corner. Now he's in a trap, gives it off to Mosby. Back out to Hester. Fires it down in there to Reed. He turns and fires. An air ball may have got partially blocked. Racing with it down the floor. Warren East has got the numbers. And here is Patterson across the lane to Satterfield. He forces up the shot, and he's fouled. Foul is on Reed, his first, team's third. You heard that from Warren Cunningham. You got 30 seconds to prove you want to play to his starters. And
yeah, he watched them for a minute and a half, and they did not give the effort that needed to compete tonight. This other group didn't do a bad job, put up 5 points on the board. Still a 10-point deficit a little over halfway through the period.
Patterson, or excuse me, Satterfield at the line once again. 71% shooter. Puts it up, and he got that one. 16-5, Warren East. 3:46 to play here in the first quarter. Stevens, left side over to Arterburn. Now Arterburn on the dribble, fires it across back to Stevens. Now Stevens giving it back out to Arterburn. He'll jump it up for three. No, off the front iron. Rebound to Satterfield. Races down the floor with it. Now pulls out. He'll give it out front now to Greer. And now Greer on the dribble back to Satterfield with 3:20 to play here in the first quarter. Satterfield sends it off to the right side to Patterson. And he traveled. One up the baseline. 16-5 Raiders. London will inbounds to Stevens. He's picked up in the backcourt by Satterfield. Stevens gets it across. Down the left side, bounces it off to Coomer. Coomer wants to drive, whistle, and a foul.
Get your balance, go right to the rim.
Foul on 15, that's Chauncey Greer. His first, that's only the first foul on Warren East in the ball game. With 3:04 to go here in the first period. Ball comes out to Bandy, gives it to Stevens. Stevens dribbles right, now gives to London. Throws it out to Coomer. Over it goes to Arterburn in the left corner. Out to Stevens. They go down low. Bandy. Whistle. Offensive foul.
I don't think we put anybody on the floor yet that's ready to play. You hate to say it, but it's almost a complete 180 from what we saw to start the game the other night at Warren Central. And this team is not Warren Central.
No.
They're a good team, rated top 6 in the region, but they're not a top 2, 3 rated team in the region.
Warren East going up the baseline. They lose the handle. It's Patterson, but ball slapped away. Loose ball on the floor. Diving for it is London. And what are we going to get here?
Jump ball, but we didn't have two teams trying to control possession.
And London is hurt. He's going to have to come out of the game. I mean, he may have turned an ankle.
Dove on the floor to roll and try to get it.
So Brandon Reed checking into the game. And Stevens against Satterfield, a traveling violation on Stevens.
Drug his pivot foot, trying to get rid of it. He thought there would be an opening there, and it closed up quickly when he picked the ball up.
2:25 to go here in the first quarter.
Gotta settle down and get something going here.
Here's Chauncey Greer over to Howard, 15-footer, no good. And rebound comes off to Arterburn. Sends it down the floor to Coomer. He'll jump up 15-footer, that's no good. Foul on Howard. His first, team second. Jared Coomer goes to the free throw line. 75.5% shooter. First one goes up, it's good. And Branson London back in the game, so maybe he didn't hurt an ankle, just maybe bumped knees with somebody. Second shot by Coomer, no good. Rebound to Warren East, Tayshawn Neal. Satterfield with a basketball. Off to Neal. Passes over to Howard to the right side of the circle. Fires it down low. Shot put up and in.
Same type of action we had trouble with very first play of the game. Just screening across on the baseline, and we almost turned it over there.
Chauncey Greer with the layup, and Coomer gets bumped from behind by Satterfield. That'll be his first, team's third. 18-6, Warren East. Minute 43 to go in the first quarter. Brandon Reed and Landon Key will check in to the Trojan lineup.
Just a couple of field goals from the Trojans tonight.
No field goals out of the starters. Actually, only 1 point from the starters. Because Tyler Smith hit a field goal and Reed hit a three. Here's Landon Key. Works against Satterfield. Key gets driven out front to London. Back to Key. Goes to Reed. Out to London. Right side it goes to Key. Bounces down low. Intended for Smith. Out of bounds.
He had possession. Or he had position, not possession. He had position established and really pushed his guy too far under. And when the ball came, he couldn't control it.
1:10 to play here in the first quarter. Satterfield gives to Patterson. He's called for steps. .106 to go here in the first. Comes into Landon Key. Satterfield staying with him. Bounce pass off to Smith. And now here's London with it on the right wing. Down in low is Coomer. Had it knocked away. Forces up the shot off the back iron. Rebound taken by Neal. Greer. Off to Satterfield. Goes into the lane. Foul on Key. His second, team's fifth. Will Bandy checking back into the Trojan lineup along with Caleb Hester.
Played a lot of guys in the first quarter. I don't think anybody's probably played more in a couple-minute stretch.
Greer still looking. Throws it way out of the backcourt to Patterson. Patterson will leave it out there with Satterfield. They spread the floor out with 35 seconds to play. Satterfield just holds the ball with 25 seconds to go. On the near side is Patterson. Now Patterson leaves it with Greer out near midcourt.
Oh, he walked.
Yep.
Got it. Picked it up and did a little shuffle step.
15.7 left here in the quarter. Barren County trailing 18-6. London gets the ball in play out to Reed. Goes back to London. Straight away out to Hester. Hester against Satterfield. Driving. Jump stop. Throws up the shot. It's no good. Battle for the rebound. Smith grabs it. Puts it up. He's fouled with 2.7.
What a bad little move. Hop step through by the freshman Hester. not the play we called from the bench, but he created a little bit on his own. If I'm Warren, I'm okay with that. It's the most offense we've probably created in the first quarter. Tyler Smith fighting really hard to get that offensive rebound. He worked and earned these free throws.
And Tyler Smith hits the first, 58% free throw shooter. His third point of the game. Dante Barber, 6-foot sophomore, checks into Brandon Combs' Warren East lineup. Tyler Smith back at the free throw line, and that one rattles out. 2 seconds, 1 second, that ends the quarter. And after one, it's Warren East 18, Barren County 7. Back with the second quarter after this timeout. Following the Trojans on 103.7 Nash Icon.
It's dinner time.
Trojan Thread School Spirit Store is the #1 place to find any and all things BCHS, with a wide selection of clothes including hoodies, t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, and polos, to everyday items including pens, pencils, notebooks, and stickers, to jewelry including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and wristbands. So stop by the Trojan Thread Store any weekday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or during any home varsity basketball game. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store, keeping Barren County in style. The Trojan Thread... Trojan Thread School Spirit Store is the #1 place to find any and all things BCHS, with a wide selection of clothes including hoodies, t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, and polos, to everyday items including pens, pencils, notebooks, and stickers, to jewelry including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and wristbands. So stop by the Trojan Thread Store any weekday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or during any home varsity basketball game. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store, keeping Barren County in style.
Funeral home, reminding everyone, please don't text and drive. Barren County had 5 turnovers in the quarter. Warren East had 3. Barren 2 of 8 from the field. Warren East 7 of 11. Here's a steal by Hester. Hester has it swatted loose, but picked up by Reed. He'll throw it up and in. Quickly down the floor, Patterson is going to be tripped up.
That's where we're struggling, is they're so quick, even quicker probably than Central the other night, at turning it back against you and getting back and playing offense. We've got to recognize, maybe rotate an extra guard back, even though we don't want to sacrifice rebounding. We haven't done well with that tonight, but still we've got to keep them from scoring quickly in offense.
Patterson sends it left side over to Barber. They throw it over the right side now to Neal. He picks up his dribble. Bandy putting the pressure on. Bounce pass to Patterson. Patterson goes into the paint. Throws it underneath to Neal. He'll put it up. It's no good. Rebound, Tyler Smith. Hester. And threw a bad pass. He got up midair. Here comes Warren East. Up for the shot. It's no good. And rebound goes out of bounds. Warren East is going to get it back as Coach Brandon Combs sends in Sam Perdue, a 6'6 junior, in for Jacob Howard. 18-9 the score. As they float it out to Patterson against Branson London. Patterson will pull it back out. Goes to Satterfield. Back to Patterson. Over goes to Perdue. Now Barber with it. Fires it in there to Satterfield. Man, got away with a walk. Is he blessed of the lane? Warren East keeps it alive, though. Here's Barber driving. Pull up. Fade away. Shot good.
Stop and pop. The defense didn't react to it. Just 9 points through 9 minutes.
20-9.
Make it 9 turnover. Make it 9.5 minutes, actually. Just 9 points.
Warren East going to get Logan Carter in the ball game, a 6'1 senior. All right, now the Trojans have Landon Key, Brandon Reed, Tyler Smith, Branson London, and Will Bandy. Tyler Mosby is waiting to check in at the next break. There's Patterson on the left side. Fires it down low. Smith trying to go for the loose ball. She swatted away out of bounds and will stay with the Raiders. Mosby in for Tyler Smith. Warren East having trouble. Finally get the ball in play to Patterson. Patterson takes it out to the left corner. Now heads toward the paint. Throws it up in traffic and banks it in.
He's pretty smooth, but I think he got away with a carry and a walk in the same possession. That helps.
22-9, Warren East. Key gives it off to Reed. Mosby sets the screen. He drives, throws it back over to Key on the right wing. Key heads toward the paint. He'll give it off to Bandy, and Bandy walked.
Move both of his feet. Got to put the ball on the floor. He's getting awful quick. I think he has the ability to make those moves, but he's got to think about what he's doing as a freshman. When he's a junior, he's not going to have to do the same thing.
5:50 to play here in the first half. Satterfield with it for the Raiders. Bounce it down low, and there to Barber. Pump fake, fadeaway shot, won't go. And London gets the rebound. He'll send it down the floor. Reed for three, no. Tyler Smith, the rebound, back up strong, he puts it in.
Just beat everybody down the floor and had inside position from that. Kept his defender on his back, kind of kicked him out.
Satterfield carried it, no whistle. Out to Patterson. Now Patterson will get rid of it to Satterfield here on the near side. Bounces it out now to Carter. Now here's Purdue with it on the left wing, looking inside. Satterfield's got it, spins, goes in traffic,
there we go.
And the whistle. What do we got? Offensive foul. Satterfield's second, team's fifth.
Spun right into Tyler Smith, who stepped up for the help.
Coming in to replace Satterfield is Revon Whitney, a 5'7" junior. 4:50 to play in the half, 22-11, Warren East. Key. Right side over to London. Mosby posted down low. He's got it in the lane. Off to Smith. Jumper no good. Gets his own rebound. Had it knocked loose. Coming up with it is Warren East. Satterfield, little teardrop floater good.
Brent's going to learn from that one. He'll stand in there because he kind of went forward. He kind of gave up on the charge because he pulled up. But next time he'll stand in there and get the contact when he's coming down, I think.
Patterson with his 8 point. 24-11. Mosby down low. Smith puts it up and in and draws a foul from Sam Purdue.
Tyler's playing really well. Mosby gave him a good pass there to give him this and one opportunity. But I think the energy right now is coming from Tyler Smith. Going for the offensive rebounds, getting some work done on the offensive end. I'm not so sure he's not he's probably our leading scorer, isn't he?
He is. He got 7. Seven of Barren County's 13.
With Patterson out of the game now, this is a chance for us to gain a little bit of momentum. 4 minutes to go in the quarter.
Barber, as Reed trying to go for the steal. He is second, team 7th. Warren East in the bonus.
Been more fouls called in this half of the boys' game, and I think there was collectively in the girls.
Yeah. Trojanettes winning earlier tonight, 61-40 over the Lady Raiders. Free throw is up. It's good for Barber. 25-13.
They're a decent free throw shooting team. Shoot 71% as a team.
Barber puts it up, and it's in and out. Rebound to Brandon Reed. Landon Key brings it up. 4 minutes to play in the first half. Warren East 25, Barren County 13. London out to Reed. Right side goes to Key. Here's Tyler Smith working down in low. Here's a shot. And what are we going to call?
Charge. Probably the right call. He just lowered that shoulder and threw it right into him.
So Tyler Smith's first foul. That'll be 8 on Barren County here in the first half. 1-2-2. As Whitney has the basketball, picked off by London on the pass. London pulls up, will shoot a 10-footer, and it rims off. Rebound taken by Howard. He'll sling it up court now to Whitney. Whitney pulls up, shoots a jumper, 18-footer, no good. Mosby with a rebound.
We can go against this lineup here.
Off the Reed. Down to 3:20 to play here in the first half. Right side, ball knocked away. Chauncey Greer, he'll take it to the rack, lays it up and in with the left hand.
Unnecessary pass. Greer had his hand already in the passing lane, and we just threw it right into his hand for an easy 2 points. And they've extended what was an 11-point quarter break lead to now a 14-point lead, 3:12 to go here in the second quarter. When we get a little bit of momentum or look like we're doing a couple of things well, we commit a turnover, miss a shot, don't execute, and don't get a stop down here on defense. You know, everything kind of mounts up, and all of a sudden back to a 14-point game. Big mountain to climb and to get back into the game, really.
Yep. Got a score from the Glasgow-Warren Central girls game. Halftime is Glasgow 24, Warren Central 10.
Not a surprising score there.
Stay tuned at halftime. Mr. Jeff Ritchie with Highsville principal. He'll be with us as the ball comes into Stevens. Stevens into the front court to the right side. Picks up his dribble. Bounces down the corner to London. He'll throw it out to Coomer, and around it goes to Stevens. Stevens picks up his dribble, goes back out to Coomer. Back to Stevens.
Haven't been able to get Jared going at all. He's got the ball now.
And now Coomer, bounce pass down low. Bandy spinning. Nice move inside. Puts it up and in.
Yes, it was. It was much more calm, cool, and collected with the footwork and getting the ball to the rim. That's what he's got to do to get himself points. Back to 12.
27-15. Howard's in a trap. And bad pass, and Mosby's got it. Up court he goes to London. London crossover move down the lane, puts it up and no good. Rebound tapped out, and London tried to go for it. Loose ball, and Warren East has got it. Here comes Greer. Greer driving. He'll throw it up on the run. It rims no good. Whistle. And an offensive foul on Greer, and that's going to be his third unless I missed one. Team's 7th. That's actually his second foul, so I missed one somewhere.
We've got 2 turnovers down here, just kind of jumbling them up. Both times we failed to go down there and convert. We missed a mid-range jumper and a layup, we'll say. That really hurts when we force them into mistakes, but don't convert.
Stevens brings it across. Can cut it to single digits on a 3-point shot. Coomer picks up his dribble. Throws it across over to Stevens. Now Stevens gives it to Bandy. Bandy pulls up, 12-footer in the air ball. And Mosby tried to throw it off of Barber, but Barber takes the basketball, pulls up, free throw line jumper, good.
The second one he's hit right there. The defense is kind of back on their heels. Don't come up and challenge him, and he'll pull up, stop, knock it down.
29-15, a minute 27 to play here in the first half. Stevens with the basketball for Barren County. Bounce pass over to London. Now London will dribble it out. Bounce pass down in there to Bandy. He puts it up and in off the window.
Excellent pass. Had to go high up and over to avoid it getting blocked by Neal.
29-17.
Back 1-2-2 for us.
And here's Whitney in the backcourt. Gets rid of it to Barber. He's in a trap. Barber fires it off in the middle there. Here's Patterson. Throws it up off balance. Puts it in and draws a foul.
That's where we got to cover up. That middle can't be left open, especially if it's their best player.
That'll be on Mosby, his first. Team's 9th. And Patterson, a 79% free throw shooter, 10 points in the first half. Gets one shot here, and it's on the way, and he hit it. So he's got 11, and the lead is 15 for Warren East, 32-17. Stevens with it in the backcourt. Nice crossover move against Whitney to get it in the front court. Now backdoor pass underneath. There's London laying it up and in.
We got Warren Central with that a few times the other night. There's Warren East one.
Patterson pulls up for a 3, knocks the bottom out of it.
Can't have it. They've been excellent at just shooting the ball in this half. Got a couple of jump shooters that'll just pull up, stop on a dime, and knock it down.
35-19. Jumper by Stevens won't go. Rebound Coomer back up and in. First field goal of the night for Jared Coomer. 35-21, 18 seconds to play here in the first half. As Whitney holds it out near midcourt. He'll send it off to Patterson. Back to Whitney. Left side Barber. Back to Whitney. In the middle to Howard. Now on the left side. They go back out. 3 seconds too long. Three. No. Didn't go iron. And Bambi throws it the length of the floor. Out of bounds. That's the end of the first half of the score. Warren East 35. Barren County 21. We'll come back with a halftime report in a moment. You're following the Trojans on 103.7 Nash Icon.
Trojan Thread School Spirit Store is the #1 place to find any and all things BCHS. With a wide selection of clothes including hoodies, t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, and polos, to everyday items including pens, pencils, notebooks, and stickers, to jewelry including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and wristbands. So stop by the Trojan Thread Store any weekday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or during any home varsity basketball game. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store, keeping Barren County in style. Barren County High School Future Business Leaders of America Club is one of the most largest and thriving clubs at Barren County High. With regional, state, and national competitions to look forward to, students are able to capitalize on every and any aspect of business in the modern world. With competitions centered around technology, writing, speech, and media, among others, any club member is bound to find a path to excel upon. So for their great infusement of technology and business, the FBLA Club has been awarded the January Club Spotlight by BCHS Live.
0.
At the People's Bank, we believe that people still like the friendly atmosphere of a local.
Sports on 103 Icon.
This is Trojan football. Assistant Tommy Muse. We are BC.
Back to Barren County, 35-21. Warren East leads the Trojans here at the break. Mr. Jeff Ritchie, principal at Hiceville.
What do you say, Jay Turner?
You know, I don't think we talked last year, did we?
No, I missed last year.
I think you said you're back up.
Mr. Murphy came.
Yeah.
Great job. Sending her in tonight, but I said, hey, I better be there. Didn't want to miss you this year.
Yeah, you don't want to miss me this year,
I
do
was
you?
watching an interesting Janis Joplin tribute there, trying to decide between that and Obama's farewell speech.
Oh, wow.
So thought I'd come out to the
I don't know
game
which one would be worse.
Yeah.
or better.
I picked Janis. Bad ending, but a good story.
Well, what's been going on with the first semester in Hiceville?
Great year, Jay. We had another year of good test scores, and kids are doing great things. Teachers are working hard, and just been a good run at Hiceville. So hard to believe it's going on 6.5 years, but lots to be thankful for. Great bunch of people out there, and it's been a good run. Got a new greenhouse coming in tomorrow. I couldn't believe today the wind was too windy.
Too windy. Yeah.
We got the Monsanto grant for $10,000, and Dr. Ralston, we got a $500 scholarship from the Jerry Ralston Foundation, or his scholarship, and getting a greenhouse. So we're going to be growing some plants and veggies out there in Hiceville. So
there you go.
Looking forward to that.
I don't live too far away, so I can come over there and pick up a few veggies here and there.
We'll slide you in.
Yeah.
We may put you in charge of it.
I don't know about that. No, don't put me in charge of cooking or anything like that, because I would be a major failure.
Nah.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about some other things.
What's going on?
What are you doing?
Well, just here tonight with you, and looking to finish out this rest of the school year, see what happens.
How many years you got in?
This is it. This is
no, it can't. No.
It's 27, brother. It's
no,
the farewell
it can't be.
tour.
No, it can't be.
Yep.
You're not a senior citizen.
I won't go out while I'm still ahead, I think. It's been a great opportunity. Been blessed beyond all measure, getting to coach and teach and be principal. And
you've worn a lot of hats.
I've been lucky and blessed all at the same time. So I think 27, I'll look to find a part. If anybody's listening, I'd like to work 2 or 3 days a week somewhere. I've got a few skills. I can paint. I can...
We put you on the radio.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a radio voice, or I've got a radio face.
You
not
have
a radio.
A face. It doesn't,
I don't have a radio.
Doesn't matter about the voice.
I guess I could do my Jay Turner, Danny Tabor voice like this, and do the. I could
do the TNT.
I could do it.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that except if you was listening to the football games a few years ago when I was a football coach. Jay's big thing, I called him TNT, Tough Night Turner. We'd win a few and lose more than we won, and Jay would say,
Tough night, Coach.
Tough night, Coach. And I started calling him TNT. So I passed that on to Griff. But on a positive note, working with Little League this year, we saw 181 kids coming out for Little League football, and hopefully next year we'll get into 200s, and we're revamping that. And seen a lot of positives here. But the great thing is we've got a lot of former Barren County players that are in there working with these young kids and building, and there's a lot of excitement about that. So it's fixing to turn around.
Are you going to stay with that next year?
Yeah, I'm going to work with that. Well, I don't know how that works, actually. I think once you retire, you have to give that up. But if there's an opportunity to volunteer or something, I'll do something to help out unless I end up moving away or something. But, you know, there's a lot of good things going on. I just want to thank the people at high school, you know, the teachers, the kids, and everything that I mentioned earlier. But we've got a young lady, Riley Decker. She's a preschooler. And when you put things in perspective, Jay, the little lady, she's 4 years old. She's battling leukemia. And we're doing things for Riley. And, you know, you never want to see a child sick, especially a preschooler. She just come in bubbly, new to our school this year, and didn't even feel sick. That's the odd part. Never knew she was sick. Just went to the doctor for some checkups, and the blood work didn't come back right, and she's in a tough fight. So I told all kids, you say your prayers before you go to bed. Remember Riley Decker. She's a sweetie. But,
well, we could talk all night.
Yeah, I know you got
time's running out here, and Jeff, good to see you.
Jay, thanks for having us.
Good luck to you.
I want to say
stay in touch.
Thanks to everyone. If I don't see you or whatever, thanks for all the support in baseball, football, teaching, principling, you name it. It's been a great run.
You've done a great job. Great job. Jeff Ritchie, thank you, sir. High school principal, Jeff Ritchie. And let's take a look at the stats real quick before we head into our second half. Our halftime report brought to you by Zaxby's. Proud sponsor, Barren County High Basketball. Come by Zaxby's on Happy Valley Road before or after the game. Warren East was 14 of 22 from the field in the first half, 63.6%. 3 of 4 on three-point shots, 4 of 6 from the free throw line. They had 12 rebounds in the first half, 8 turnovers. They were led in scoring by Traquan Patterson, had 14. Patrick Satterfield had 4. Dante Barber with 5. Tayshawn Neal had 2. Chauncey Greer with 7. And also 3 points for Jacob Howard. Barren County in the first half, only 9 of 21, 42.9%. 1 of 4 on threes, 2 of 5 from the line. Had 10 rebounds, 10 turnovers, and 3 steals. And scoring for Barren County in the first half, Branson London with 2, Jared Coomer with 3, Will Bandy 4, Tyler Smith led with 7, Brandon Reed scores 5 in the first half. And points off turnovers, Raiders with 11, Trojans with 1. We will come back and get ready for the second half after this timeout. You're following the Trojans on 103.7 Nash Icon.
Trojan Thread School Spirit Store is the #1 place to find any and all things BCHS. With a wide selection of clothes including hoodies, t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, and polos, to everyday items including pens, pencils, notebooks, and stickers, to jewelry including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and wristbands. So stop by the Trojan Thread Store any weekday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or during any home varsity basketball game. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store, keeping Barren County in style. Barren County High School Future Business Leaders of America Club is one of the most largest and thriving clubs at Barren County High. With regional, state, and national competitions to look forward to, students are able to capitalize on every and any aspect of business in the modern world. With competitions centered around technology, writing, speech, and media, among others, any club member is bound to find a path to excel upon. So for their great infusement of technology and business, the FBLA Club has been awarded the January Club Spotlight by BCHS Live.
Friday night, big District 15 doubleheader. The girls' game will start at 6 o'clock. We'll be on there at 5:45, bringing the broadcast of both games. Foul situation, Warren East, Satterfield, and Greer picked up 2, and it was Brandon Reed with 2, the only Trojan that picked up more than 1 foul in that first half. And it's Barren County's basketball. Hopefully, Warren Cunningham lit a fire underneath everybody in there in the locker room. And here's Coomer driving the basket. We're going to get a blocking foul. And it's going to be charged to Greer.
They did not stay in the locker room very long at all. They were, as soon as our halftime festivities concluded, they were ready to come out here. I don't think Warren kept them in there very long. Probably didn't have a whole lot to say to them, honestly. I think they should know their performance wasn't very good.
Lob into Coomer. He puts it up and in.
Plays worked very well for us. Hopefully it'll continue even if it's on everybody's scouting report.
35-23. Here's pass down to the corner to Neal. He traveled with it. It was a late whistle, but he did.
A lot of traveling violations tonight.
Barren trailed 18-7 at the end of the first quarter, and were outscored in the second quarter 17-11. Stevens with it for Barren, working the right side. Gives it out to Coomer. Coomer's going to drive to the hole. He'll put it up and in.
Couple buckets here in the second half after he only had 1 in the whole first half.
35-25. With it is Patterson. He goes to Satterfield with it. Satterfield back over to the corner to Patterson. They throw it back around to Satterfield. As Satterfield gives to Patterson. Back to Satterfield. Back over to Patterson on the left wing. Back out to Satterfield, top of the circle. Right side Barber, back to Satterfield. Out on top, back to Patterson. Barren County's gone to a 3-2 zone defensively.
I think that was an adjustment just because you saw how many jump shots they were making in the first half to keep them from trying to do that and also keep them from driving the basketball.
6.5 minutes to go here in the third as Satterfield bounces back over to Barber. Hooks it back. Satterfield fakes, moves in. He'll give it off in the baseline. High arching shot. Good for Tayshawn Neal. His second field goal. 37-25. Coomer's going to drive to the hole again. He'll put it up. Rolls it. No good. And rebound to Neal. Just couldn't finish that trip. Now Barber with it with 6 minutes to play here in the third quarter, leading by 12. Satterfield on the left wing. Back out now to Barber. Trojans stay in the 3-2. Right side, Howard. Back around the perimeter as they go left. Satterfield turns and bounces back out to Barber for 3. No good. Rebound to Branson London. Baseballs it, deflected. Intended for Arterburn, out of bounds. The Trojans will keep it. Branson London on the left baseline to toss it in. Comes out to Bandy. He'll fire it off to Stevens, left of the circle. In the lane, turnaround shot by London is good. Second field goal of the game. Lead back down to 10 at 37-27. 5:20 left in the third quarter. And it's Patterson losing the handle. Here comes London. Bounce pass up to Stevens. He lost the handle. Flips it up. Missed the shot. And we're going to have a whistle here. And a traveling violation on Howard. And Barren County will get it back.
Got a couple breaks probably that possession. And we did not throw the ball ahead to Parker to give him an easy layup. And he walked with it as he threw it up. And then probably maybe a jump ball. Maybe even a foul there.
Stevens over to Arterburn. Floats it down in there to Coomer. He'll throw it up. It is no good.
Got to get those to
And we're
go.
going to get a foul on the Trojans.
Those are the shots that we have to make, especially when the other team is making 18-footers if we're going to get back in the basketball game.
But Jared Coomer's attacking the basket more in the second half than he did in the first half.
See our starting five much more aggressive through the first 3 minutes.
Warren East 37, Barren County 27. Barber with it on the right side. Sends it down the corner to Patterson.
Zones changed the tempo of Warren East offense as well a little bit.
Over it goes to Satterfield, and going up the baseline, Patterson. And we're going to get a foul on Jared Coomer.
That's a charge all day long. If he stands his ground and falls, he just couldn't resist the urge to leave his feet.
Going to be his first. Number 2 on the Trojans in the second half. At the line is Patterson. 14 points in the first half. He averages 27.6. The free throw is good. Back up to 11 for Warren East at 38-27.
It's kind of it wasn't really a flashy 14 that he had in the first, but he started making a lot of shots there towards especially the end of the first half.
Patterson now with 16, 39-27. They pick up all over the floor. Arterburn in the backcourt gives it to Stevens. He's picked up by Satterfield. Now Stevens will get it across the line, and he'll go over to Arterburn and back out now to Stevens. Stevens picks up his dribble. Gets rid of it to Coomer on the left side. Coomer is going to be fouled by Patterson. His first, team second.
Foul number 3, Trequan Patterson. That's his first, team second.
Stevens will toss it in. Gets it out to Bandy. He'll fire it off to Coomer. They work it in there to Bandy. Right-handed hook shot won't go. Ball tapped out. Warren East comes up with a basketball. And I'm not sure what they were throwing at. Looked like they hit Tony Franklin in the back of the head with it.
I think they thought you were in the...
I might have been in the mix there somewhere.
Were you?
London gets the ball out to Coomer. Coomer's going to drive left of the lane, spins, goes up and with a shot, and won't go.
We're all over the rim, just can't get it to go through it.
3:53 to play in the third quarter. Ball comes out to Barber. He'll hand it to Patterson.
Just 2 of 7 this quarter. And all of them have been pretty close range.
Just can't get it to go. Goes to Patterson. Ball knocked away inside, and here's Jared Coomer. He'll slow it down, flip it off to London. Back to Coomer. Now Coomer back to London, right wing or left wing, 3, short, missed everything.
No legs whatsoever.
They crushed the net. Here's Patterson. For hesitation move down to the baseline, curls out to the corner, throws it away, and here goes Bandy. Bandy will take it to the rack. He'll lay it up and in.
Not sure. A couple of passes here. They're just throwing up for grabs.
39-29, and here's a shot going up. No good. Rebound to Coomer. Maybe the Trojans get a run here. And Arterburn pulls up, left elbow, jumper, got it.
Those are the shots in transition that we haven't made. We've got to keep making them.
39-31. Cuts it to 8. Closest Trojans have been in a while. Here's Howard. Around over it goes to Patterson for a 3. Swish.
That's it. We don't want to get going and make shots when you're trying to go on a run. You got to find him, identify him, and not let him catch. Not only do we let him catch, we let him catch it in stride and knock down a 3. For what is that? 17, 19.
19 for Patterson.
So far.
Coca-Cola scoreboard. Glasgow girls lead Warren Central after 3, 35-21. Did we get a final on Bowling Green, South Warren girls?
It's in here somewhere. South Warren 52, Bowling Green 36. That was the girls' final. Another girls' final, Allen County 60, Logan County 39. I don't know if you've given that one already.
No.
Not a whole lot of games, but we
Not
have
many tonight.
Scores on most, or at least a lot of them.
Cumberland County at Clinton County in District 16, doubleheader. Monroe County at Franklin Simpson, doubleheader.
Logan County
38-31 over ACS. That's in the boys' game, halftime. Tyler Smith back on the court now for the Trojans. Gives to Parker Stevens. Parker Stevens works against Satterfield. Bounce pass left goes to Coomer. Coomer's going to drive strong to the bucket. He jams it.
Wow, nice clear out on the baseline. Fake right, went back left and threw it down with the right hand.
42-33. Hopefully that'll get them going. 2:16 to play in the third quarter. Here's Satterfield with it. Over to Whitney. They fire it down to the baseline. Now Lehner, that should be an offensive. Oh, it's going to be a blocking foul on Tyler Smith.
Not sure. Good job by Tyler Smith, who I thought played a really good first half, kind of kept us in it with 7 points. That's one of those things that you really have a hard time overcoming.
At the line is Neal. He picks it up, and it's good.
Number 20, Carter.
Neal again puts it up and in. 44-33, Warren East.
Spending a lot of energy but going nowhere. Really just kind of turning our wheels because every time we do something good, they do as well.
Here's a run out to Coomer underneath, lays it in.
Perfectly positioned pass. All he had to do was turn and put it over his head.
44-35. There's a walk and no whistle.
Big time walk.
Here's a steal again. Stevens has got it. Stevens going to the rack. Scoops it up and in.
That excellent ball handling by Barren. Really went through two Warren East Raiders to get that layup. Got it back down to manageable as we approach 9 minutes to go in the game.
Satterfield with a basketball. 42 to play in the third. Barren down 7 now. And Whitney, he walked, no whistle. There's another walk. Here's a shot going up and blocked. Whistle. This time and a foul.
Late whistles right there, not going our way.
Coomer, his second personal, number 4 in the Trojans here in the second half. Free throw by Neal is good. Tyler Mosby will check into the Trojan lineup. 45-37, Warren East. Neal puts it up and in again. He's 4 out of 4. 46-37. Minute and a half to go in the third. Hardman with the basketball. Gives it out to Stevens. Yeah, there's not a hand check.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all over him.
Threw it away. We weren't in sync right there, and the defense by Warren East caused the turnover.
Satterfield with it for the Raiders.
Much better effort third quarter all around from everybody.
And they go into the lane. It won't count. Going to get a foul on Barren County.
You'd think if we'd played this way in the first quarter where there was an 11-point deficit that we would definitely be right there possession for possession.
Yeah, the foul's a little uneven here. They've only got 2. 46-37. And Warren East basketball underneath. As they get it out to Bryson Wallace, who's in the ball game right now, a 6-foot sophomore. Ball batted up in the air by Coomer and out of bounds. 1:01 to play. Ball comes out to Patterson. 55 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Here's Walker, or rather Wallace. Out now to Carter, is in the game. Here's a steal by Parker Stevens. Stevens going to the rack, puts it up, it is good, and a foul.
Kept his balance going through the contact there. Parker knew it was going to come, just kind of let him get in front of it, but managed his situation. So we get an and one opportunity with 40.8 seconds left. We could make it a 2-possession game.
And Parker Stevens, chance to make an old-fashioned 3-point play. Puts it up, and it is good. Cuts it to 6 at 46-40. 38 seconds to play here in the third quarter.
Largest has been 16.
Here's Wallace. He's going to stop and fire a 3. Short and out of bounds.
He looks very uncomfortable out there. First time he's seen the floor. And that shot didn't help his circumstance any as he's coming out.
Howard comes in for Wallace. 27.5 seconds to play. Here in the third quarter, Barren has outscored Warren East 19-11 in this third period.
Got a chance to cut into a 6-point lead here with the last possession of the third.
Stevens with the basketball, picks up his dribble, fires it off to Coomer. He goes in, throws it up, it is good, and a foul.
Just powered through Patterson as we've got a mismatch situation there. I thought there was just looking overall at Warren East lineup, I thought there was a lot of opportunities to take advantage of mismatches, whether that's posting Bandy or even Tyler Smith or Tyler Mosby or Jared just pulling people out on the floor and using his size. As we got it to a 3-point game, rather amazing, after it was 16 with Jared converting in that free throw.
Jared Coomer with 11 points in the third quarter. 46-43, 5 seconds to go in the third quarter. Patterson drives into a crowd. He puts it up, no good. Battle for the rebound. Coomer's got it. That ends the third quarter. And the Trojans trail by 3, 46-43 to Warren East. They outscored Warren East 22-11 in the third period. We'll come back with the fourth quarter in a moment. You're following the Trojans on 103.7 Nash Icon.
Trojan Thread School Spirit Store is the #1 place to find any and all things BCHS. With a wide selection of clothes including hoodies, t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, and polos, to everyday items including pens, pencils, notebooks, and stickers, to jewelry including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and wristbands. So stop by the Trojan Thread Store any weekday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or during any home varsity basketball game. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store, keeping Barren County in style.
You're listening to Barren County Sports on 103.7 Nash Icon.
This is Trojan head football coach Jeff Griffith. We are BC.
Trojans trail by 14 at halftime and have now cut it to 3. So we start the fourth quarter, brought to you by Citizens First Bank. Come grow with us. Satterfield gives to Howard, double team, picked off by Arterburn. Trojans have a chance to tie it on a 3, and then they steal it back. Here's Chauncey Greer. Baseballs it up to Patterson. He goes in. Shot is up. An offensive foul on Patterson. As he crashed into Jared Coomer, Patterson picks up his third. That'll be the 5th one on the Raiders.
Forced Warren East into 7 turnovers. They only got up 6 shots total there in the third period. Only made 2 of them. That's why we outscored them 22-11. Super period by the Trojans. We need to keep our foot on the gas pedal. Don't let up and keep this energy.
Barren County was 10 of 16 in the third quarter, 62.5%. Jared Coomer scored 11 of his 14 points in the third quarter. And now a chance for the Trojans to tie it here on a 3-point shot. Here's Coomer. He'll step back, 17-footer, no good. Rebound by Satterfield. Satterfield, 3-on-2. Patterson lays it up and in and draws a foul.
Had a guard go for the rebound, thought he could get it, but didn't rotate back, didn't have enough to rotate back as they had a 3-on-1 break, and our trailer came, committed the foul to give them the and one opportunity now to stretch it back out to 5, possibly 6.
Foul was on Arterburn. That's number 2 on Garrett Arterburn. And the 16th foul at Barren County here in the second half. Patterson puts it. That should be a lane violation.
Not by a little. He was closer to blocking the shot of the shooter than he was getting the rebound.
49-43. Warren East goes back on top by 6.
Can't let them go on a run and stretch the lead back out for sure. You just don't have enough time to climb the mountain again.
Stevens works against Satterfield. Stevens. Bounce pass, high post to Mosby. Mosby hands it off out there to London for 3. Rims out. Rebound taken by Patterson. He throws it away right into the Warren East bench.
Literally no idea what they're doing. They're closer to hitting somebody over here reading a book than they are.
Yeah, really.
Going down the floor and getting an assist for a layup.
Better not be reading a book.
We need signs like they do at baseball games. Watch for flying balls into the stands.
Coomer dumps it off to Mosby. Mosby puts it up. He's fouled. Going to be on Howard. His second. Team 6. So both teams with 6 fouls here in the second half. Actually, they put the foul on Greer. I think that's his 4th. And Tyler Mosby at the line for Barren County to shoot 2. Free throw is up, and it is good. 49-44. Mosby back of the stripe for one more. Closest been is 46-43. And he got that one. Makes it 49-45. 4-point lead for Warren East with 6:47 to play. Satterfield with a basketball. Raiders led by 16 at one time.
Back in this 1-2-2 that really caused some trouble in the third period.
Patterson floats it over to Satterfield to the right side. Back over it goes to Patterson. Bounces back to Satterfield. That goes to Howard. Loops it cross court. Back around the perimeter. And back out it comes to Satterfield. Back over to Patterson. Lobs it back over to Satterfield. Now Satterfield spinning away. Giving it back to Patterson. Back to Satterfield. Back to Patterson.
We're going to go into 3-2 now. Back it down just a little bit. All they're doing is just throwing it over top of us. Forced them to play as they spread it out with like a 5-corner look.
We come down on 6 minutes to play. Trojans trailing 49-45.
Now we match up.
Greer out to Satterfield. Satterfield going to drive to the basket, flips it up, and rolls it in.
Too quick to slide around a charge attempt there by Tyler Smith. They spread us out and just took us one-on-one.
51-45, Warren East. Stevens reverses it back to the right side. Now Bandy, ball slapped away by Neal and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Trojans with 5:34 to go.
Parker picked it up, and it didn't have an angle to get it to his post.
Ball comes out to London. He'll hand it back to Stevens. Stevens cut off. Now gives to Coomer. Coomer turns back over to Stevens. Now Stevens looking. Back out to Coomer. Coomer dumps it in there to Bandy. Turnaround jump shot in the lane. No good. Rebound to Patterson. He'll leave it with Satterfield to bring up. Satterfield still in the dribble. Gives it over to Patterson to the left side. Patterson out top to Greer. And now Greer will go over to Howard with it on the left side. Howard, one dribble. And we'll give it back to Neal. Now here's Patterson driving. Shot won't count if it goes in. Got a foul called on Branson London. That's his first. Team 7. 4:51 to play. East up 51-45. And the shot goes up, and it is no good. Bandy can't get the rebound, and it goes off Greer and out of bounds, and he's hobbling. And so Barren County will get the basketball, trailing by 6. 4:48 to play. Warren East will set up with full court pressure as the ball comes into Bandy. Gives it back to London. Over goes to Stevens.
Possessions are going to be precious. I guarantee they don't let us get up 16 shots in the fourth quarter like they did in the third.
And now Stevens on the dribble against Satterfield. Bounce pass off to Bandy. Going to the basket is Coomer. Missing the shot short. No foul called. And Warren East coming back the other way with it with 4:25 to play.
We haven't shot a lot of free throws tonight.
We've shot 4 here in the second half. Shot underneath, no good. Foul on Barren. But we've hit all 4 of them. Branson London is second personal. That's the 8th one on the Trojans in the second half. Going to the free throw line is Tayshawn Neal,
who shot 4 himself. And
he hit all 4 of them. Shot goes up, and it's no good. He'll get one more. They were 7 of 7. Patterson hit 3, and Neal hit 4. A lot of time left here. 4:17, down just 6. Down 3 at one time. Trailed by as many as 16. Free throw good for Neal. 52-45. Makes it a 3-possession game with 4:15 to play. As Stevens gets it across against Satterfield. Bounce pass off to London. London will curl out, give it off to Coomer. Now Coomer on the dribble against Chauncey Greer. He's got 4 on him. I'd take him one-on-one. Coomer takes him one-on-one, and he'll pull up with a 15-footer that's off the back iron. And a whistle, going to get a foul on Barren County. Tyler Smith, his 3rd personal, number 9 on the Trojans. Raiders have 6. And it is Howard going to the free throw line for Warren East. He knocked down a 3-point shot back in the first quarter. Shot is in the air, and it is no good. Bandy gets the rebound. Quickly down the floor, Stevens curls out to the corner. Now reverses back right. Down to the corner, Stevens. He'll dribble it back out. Circles out now with 3:38 to play. Stevens, bounce pass, high post to Bandy. Fires it down in there to Smith. He muscles it up. It's no good. Bandy the rebound. Back up. He's fouled.
Smith had a good first half we mentioned earlier. Hadn't seen a lot of opportunities. Didn't have an angle to get the X-post move one-on-one with the guy he had posted up. But Bandy come crashing in, knew where it was going to be missed.
Howard's 2nd personal, number 7 of the Raiders. Here in the second half, Bandy puts it up. It's good. His 7th point of the game. Garrett Arterburn for Tyler Smith. 52-46 with 3:29. Bandy puts it up, and it's good again. Nothing but net on both of them. He's got 8.
Back to 5.
52-47. 3:25 to play. Comes off to Patterson. Now Patterson, it should be a traveling violation. Yep.
Big step. Patterson is a good ball player, but he has some deficiencies handling the basketball. He likes to put that big first step down before he puts the ball down, and he's turned it over several times tonight. He's got 4 turnovers through 3 quarters. I had a couple more to it here in the 4th.
Stevens gives it to Coomer. Coomer looking. Now out to London for a 3-point shot. No good. Rebound knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be Barren's ball. They say went off of Howard and out of bounds.
We need one of those shots to go. We haven't hit a 3, it doesn't seem like, in a long time.
We've only got 1. That was by Brandon Reed in the first quarter.
That was the very first shot of the game we hit. We threw it away.
Pass picked off by Howard. Here comes Patterson. Gets it in front court, right side. Bounce pass in the corner. Comes back to Patterson. Down to 2:52 to play. Oh, that should be a push-off. And Patterson drives in, puts it up, no good. Gets his own rebound. And a whistle, what we got here?
Out of bounds? No.
Oh, we're going to get a foul.
Him out of bounds. I don't know how Branson London goes flying and we don't call one way or the other there. That's a tough break for us.
Will Bandy, number 2, 10 on the Trojans. Patterson at the line. He's 4 out of 4 tonight. Free throw is good. 23 points for Patterson. 53-47. Patterson fires and hits. Back to 7. 54-47. Trojans need a bucket this trip with 2:40 to play.
Got time, but got to go.
Bounce pass over to Coomer. Coomer gets a screen. He's going to drive into a crowd, loses a handle, no whistle, nothing there. Here comes Patterson off to Satterfield, and the ball out of bounds off of London. It'll stay with Warren East.
Watch it curl around.
It's going to be Greer to toss it in. And we got somebody pushed off or a moving screen out there. And it's going to be on Howard. That's his 3rd, team's 8th. And again, the Trojans down 7 with 2:28 to play. London gets the ball in play to Arterburn. Now Arterburn will bring it up, and they come to trap, but he gets away, throws it off to Stevens. Almost lost. He did. He lost it out of bounds, a traveling violation.
Haven't been solid when we need to be here. We had a really good third quarter, but fourth quarter we pressed too much, and we haven't kept our coolness.
No field goals for the Trojans in the fourth quarter, and only 4 free throws. 2:15 to play. Greer double team, and going to get a timeout by Brandon Combs. This will be a full timeout, and we're going to take a timeout with 2:12 to go. Barren down 54-47 on 103.7 Nash Icon.
Have you ever...
Trojan Thread School Spirit Store is the #1 place to find any and all things BCHS, with a wide selection of clothes including hoodies, t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, and polos, to everyday items including pens, pencils, notebooks, and stickers, to jewelry including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and wristbands. So stop by the Trojan Thread Store any weekday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or during any home varsity basketball game. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store, keeping Barren County in style.
This is assistant principal and head tennis coach Trina Rickard, and we are BC.
54-47. Trojans trail by 7 with 2:12 to go. Warren East gets the ball inbounds to Satterfield. Now Satterfield will work against Stevens out there. He'll leave it out there with Greer. Splits the defenders. Now he'll throw it off to Patterson as they spread the floor out here. Takes time off the clock. Reach around foul on Arterburn. And that'll be his third. On the Coca-Cola scoreboard, final score in tonight, Glasgow Lady Scotties 59, Warren Central 29. 55-29 Glasgow. Greer fires it up, and it's no good. It's his first trip to the charity line.
Monroe County boys are up 1 over Franklin Simpson at the half.
Tell you what, they're playing a lot better right now. Free throw good.
Be a very tough game Friday night, no matter how this last 2 minutes go.
55-47. Warren East, minute 50 to go. Need a couple of threes right here. Garrett Arterburn off to London. London fires it down in there to Coomer, turns and puts it up. Let's see if they count it. Going to be a blocking foul. They're going to wave off the bucket. Greer will pick up his 5th.
Take 2 shots. No, actually, it'll just be 1 and bonus.
Well, that's 1 and 1. That's the 9th team foul.
He played a long time in foul trouble.
Yeah.
He picked up his 5th. Bowling Green stretched it out, as you would expect, over South Warren. That's a 60-34 score about halfway through the 4th period.
Well, with the clock stopped, a minute 42, maybe the Trojans can get a couple of free throws here from Jared Coomer. He's 2 of 3 at the stripe. He scored 11 points in the third quarter. Barren County still without a bucket here in the fourth quarter.
8-point game, and it seemed like three was as close as we could get. When we got to that 3 mark, they just kind of repelled us back the other way and slingshotted it out to a double possession lead.
Shot's good for Jared Coomer. He'll get the bonus. He's got 15. 55-48 Warren East. Bonus try, no good. And Bandy tried to go for the rebound. Got a jump ball, possession arrow to the Trojans.
Never know. Never know.
Another chance here for Trojans to chip in that lead. Minute 40, a lot of time when you're just down 7.
Yeah, but got to get some shots to go.
Got to make something happen here. Here is Coomer.
There you go.
It, and a foul.
How many times can that play work? And its design is really simple, but sometimes your out-of-bounds plays that work the best are some of the simplest design things you'll ever see. One of the zone plays that we have works almost every time, and it's one of the simplest plays you'll ever see.
Howard's 4th personal foul. And Coomer gets the free throw.
Got to have a stop. Can't let him play keep away out there with
4 point ball
minute and a half left.
Bounce pass coming to the near side. And here's Satterfield. Gets it across to Patterson. Patterson being chased out there. They go in the corner to Howard. Howard fires it back off to Satterfield. A minute 22 to play. Trojans down 4. Gonna have to think about a foul here. Bounce pass off to Satterfield. Out of the right side. Jump pass back out to Patterson. They spread it out here. A minute 10 to play. Patterson. Right side. Satterfield. Yep, got away with a walk. Howard gives it to Patterson. He's trapped. In trouble. Oh, he walked this time. They got a timeout. Bailed him out with a timeout. With 1 minute to play.
Warren East had plenty of timeouts left. That's their third timeout of the game, so they'll have 2 left. I think we have 3 left as the board's right. Probably a good timeout there as he was in trouble splitting that trap with a big extra step.
Warren East led by as many as 16 in this game and led by 14 at the half. 35-21. Barren came back in the third quarter, scored as many points, actually 1 point more than they did the entire first half, 22-11.
I have no idea what was said at halftime, as we never do, but I have a feeling that was one of those less is more type conversations. And I don't think Warren had to go in there and feel pain or say anything to the kids. They knew their effort was far from what we need it to be. Very subpar in the first half, and they made up for it here, but the deficit is too big. Still just 4 with a minute left, and we get a foul on a kid that we wanted the ball to be in his hands. So we'll see if we can get him to miss the couple. He'll be there for 2. Still a chance no matter what. It'll be a 2-possession game as we're down 4, right under a minute to go.
It is Howard at the line. He missed his only free throw on the front end of a 1-and-1. He puts this one up, and it's good. 56-51, Warren East, 59.3 seconds to play. Will Bandy checking back to the Trojan lineup for Coach Warren Cunningham.
Nobody on the floor has hit a 3. No starters hit a 3. Brandon Reed, the first field goal of the game, was the only 3 that we've had all night, but it'd be a good time to knock one down here as it's now back to a 2-possession, or 2 3-pointer.
2 threes, game. 58 seconds to play. Stevens with a basketball for Barren.
Can't take her time.
And timeout for Warren Cunningham with 52.7 to play. It's Warren East 57, Barren County 51. Remind you, you're listening to our broadcast on 103.7 Nash Icon, WHHT FM, Cave City, Glasgow, Bowling Green. On the internet at espnky.com/Barren County and at barrenschools.com/athletics. Friday night, it is Monroe County coming into Trojan Gym for a 15th District doubleheader. Trojanettes lost the earlier matchup in Tompkinsville 70-50, and the Trojans won in 4 overtimes, 70-67. And Monroe County Falcons playing much better than they did since Christmas. I mean, they have reeled off some wins here against some quality teams. And right now, Robert, you mentioned Monroe County Franklin Simpson.
I don't have an updated score, but they were ahead by 1 at halftime.
So you better be fired up, that's for sure, Friday night.
Well, the thing about it is, too, is if we play the way we played in the first half, Monroe walks all over us, I think.
Absolutely.
If we play the way we play in the second half, I think it'll be a very good basketball game and a chance to keep us perfect in the district if we can play like this, specifically the third quarter.
Yeah.
You might want to take out the fourth quarter just because we haven't been able to get shots in.
All right. Stevens with the basketball for Barren. Bounce pass off to Coomer. Coomer off the screen. Leaves it out there with London. Back to Coomer. He's going to fire up a 3-point shot. It's no good. And the rebound goes out of bounds. And Barron's going to get it back, I think.
I wonder why Garrett didn't go after it and grab it.
Well, are we going to get overruled here?
I think
From
so.
an official that's on the far side of the floor.
I don't know how he can see it. Those 2 guys are on the side where the ball went out of bounds, but I don't know that anybody touched it, honestly, and they're going to give it to the Warren East. I don't know why Garrett didn't go grab the ball. Garrett was standing right there in front of it. All he had to do was grab it, and he let it go out of bounds. I think he thought it was deflected.
Thought somebody touched it.
Yeah. He probably had a better look than anybody.
So Carter will toss it in for Warren East as it comes in to Satterfield, and a foul on Arterburn. It's going to be his 4th.
Number 33, Garrett Arnberg.
And for Patrick Satterfield tonight, he's 2 of 3 at the line. He scored those back in the first quarter. Satterfield for 2. First one is good. Will Bandy checking in for Tyler Smith. 58-51, Warren East. Satterfield for the second free throw shot. It spins out, rebound to Arneburn. Going to have to come in a hurry. Stevens with it, down to 30 seconds to play, down 7. Bounce pass off to Coomer. Too much time taken off here. London's got it. Goes right side with it. Three-pointer in the air. Good by Garrett Arneburn. Cuts it down to 4, 58-54 with 22.3 seconds to play. That's only the second three-point shot of the ball game.
Got the first one, hopefully not the last one, to be a 3 tonight.
And only the second field goal here in the fourth quarter for the Trojans. Coomer hit a 2-point basket, and now Arneburn's 3. Cuts it to 58-54. Trojans were down 16 at one time, cut it to 3 at 46-43. And then Warren East went back out to a 7 or 8 point margin, and now it's back down to 4.
Yeah, the 46-43 was what it was at the end of the third quarter, and we have not been able really to keep pace with them.
But then Warren East has only had 2 field goals in the fourth quarter, but they have hit 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 12 from the foul line. Barren County is 6 of 7 from the foul line here in the fourth quarter.
It's an 11-12 quarter. It's actually fairly even, if my math's right. You can check it for me.
Yep, that's right. Barren County full court pressure. Brandon Reed in the ball game now for Coach Warren Cunningham. As Carter will toss it in and gets it inbounds to Satterfield, and a foul with 20.8. Brandon Reed's third.
Got to miss these. We can't be put in a situation where we have to knock down 2 threes.
Satterfield 3 of 5 at the stripe. First one is on the way, and it is good.
Although anything's possible. Did you see that game the other night where that team was down? They were down like 16. I think it was Nevada. Came back and beat New Mexico or New Mexico State. They were down by 16 or something like that with under 2 minutes to play. They came back.
And that one's going to come off. Coomer with a rebound. 59-54. 2 possessions. Stevens throws up a three-pointer. It's short. And rebound London. Back out, and it's going to be out of bounds to Warren East. Stevens, kind of a desperation 3 there.
Well, he actually had a good look at it. The defender he saw just kind of come flying by. I'm not sure he had to adjust his shot, but he thought he did. Parker, if you look through a couple of quarters, I've got just through 3-quarter stats. I don't know if he's taken many shots except for that one. He's 2 of 2 for tonight. 5 points. We got in a situation where I think Parker could have maybe taken some more shots tonight. Passed up some good looks. And that's, sometimes where our offense is struggling. That's where Parker has to pick us up and start making some shots. But, we had a good game out of Jared Coomer, but I'm not sure who we had as that other person that really picked us up scoring-wise tonight. We don't have anybody else at double figures, do we?
No.
And we can't.
Tyler Smith had 7 points in the first half, and of course, Branson London tonight, only 2 field goals, 4 points.
We just can't withstand that. We have to have 2 guys in double figures, I think, every night, unless we have a situation where we had a night or 2 in the past where we have everybody has like 8 or 10. And that just wasn't the case tonight.
And Carter's going to toss it in. Comes into Patterson, and he's going to be fouled. Took 1 second off the clock, 9.8 to play. Branson London, third foul. This again will be another close loss for Barren County. We've had about 7 or 8 losses within 6 points. Patterson puts it up. It's no good.
No rotation.
First miss from the line. And one more for Patterson. He's got 24 points tonight. And it's on the way, and he hits that one. Gives him 25. 60-54 Warning. Here's Arterburn. Down to Bandy. Bandy heads to the basket. He puts it up and in. With 2.5 seconds to play. 60-56 Warren East. Timeout here.
Really had to have a three to have a chance at a steal and a throw it in type out of this timeout. But that's why the defense gave you the two, because they knew they could withstand that and still been able to score and win the game. They have to understand, and I think they saw that at halftime. But they couldn't do anything about it in that first half. Just, come out flat, come out nobody ready to play, and it took them that halftime break to really regroup and get everybody on the same page.
Carter gets the ball in play to Howard, and that will do it right there. As Warren East wins it 60-56 over Barren County tonight. Trojans trailed by as many as 16. Cut it to 3 after 3, but just could not get over the hump. And Warren East goes to 10-3 on the year. Barren County drops to 6-11. We'll come back with the postgame report brought to you by Coca-Cola in just a moment. You're following the Trojans on 103.7 Nash Icon.
Trojan Thread School Spirit Store is the #1 place to find any and all things BCHS, with a wide selection of clothes including hoodies, t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, and polos, to everyday items including pens, pencils, notebooks, and stickers, to jewelry including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and wristbands. So stop by the Trojan Thread Store any weekday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or during any home varsity basketball game. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store, keeping Barren County in style. County High School Future Business Leaders of America Club is one of the most largest and thriving clubs at Barren County High. With regional, state, and national competitions to look forward to, students are able to capitalize on every and any aspect of business in the modern world. With competitions centered around technology, writing, speech, and media, among others, any club member is bound to find a path to excel upon. So for their great infusion of technology and business, the FBLA Club has been awarded the January Club Spotlight by BCHS Live.
You're watching BCHS Live on YouTube or Facebook. BCHS Live is Barren County's own live production group that is here to broadcast various types of events. Founded in 2015 by 5 BCHS students, we are here to set new heights in media and live broadcasting. BCHS Live is involved in all forms of social media. You can find us on youtube.com/BCHS Live, facebook.com/BCHS Live Network, or on Twitter at BCHS Live. BCHS Live, here to bring you everything BCHS, anywhere you want it.
The Trojans fall to Warren East tonight, 60-56. Their record now drops to 6-11. Warren East goes to 10-3 on the year. Warren East came in as a 7-point favorite tonight and win it by 4. We welcome you to the postgame report brought to you by Coca-Cola. Open a Coke and enjoy the game. Their postgame stats presented by Southern States of Glasgow and Horse Cave. The Raiders in the second half only took 9 shots, hit 4 of them, 44.4%. They were 18 of 31 for the game. 58.1% shooting for the Warren East Raiders tonight. They were 4 of 7 on 3-point shots, 20 of 29 at the foul line. They had 22 rebounds, 20 turnovers in the game, and they were led tonight by Traquan Patterson with 25 points. He was the only Raider in double figures. 9 points for Tayshawn Neal, 8 for Patrick Satterfield, 8 points for Chauncey Greer, 5 for Adante Barber, and 5 for Jacob Howard. For the Trojans in the second half, 13 of 28 from the floor, 46.4%, 22 of 49 for the ball game for 45%. 2 of 10 on three-point shots. The Trojans were 10 of 14 from the foul line. They had 17 rebounds, and 5 of those were on the offensive end. Trojans turned it over 16 times, had 9 steals. There were 2 players in double figures. Jared Coomer finished the night with 18 points. Will Bandy scores 10. Branson London with 4 points in the game. Parker Stevens scores 5. Also 5 points for Garrett Arterburn. Brandon Reed scored 5. Tyler Smith had 7. Tyler Mosby had 2 in the game. Points off turnovers, Warren East with 15. Barren County with 11 points in the paint. Trojans had 38 points in the paint. Raiders had 14. Second chance points, Barren County was 7. Warren East with 4. And bench points, the Trojans had 14. The Raiders had 5. Warren East led at the end of the first quarter 18-7. It was 35-21 at halftime. Trojans made a big rally in the third quarter to cut it to 3 after 3. 46-43 as they outscored the Raiders 22-11 in the third period behind Jared Coomer's 11 points. And the Raiders finished the fourth quarter 14 to the Trojans 13, and they win it by 4, 60-56. We'll come back with more of our postgame in a moment as tonight Warren East defeats Barren County 60-56. You're following the Trojans on 103.7 Nash Icon.
Kentucky loves its best. Clear streams, strong families, and deep friendships. And who loves Kentucky back? For more than 70 years, nobody has loved Kentucky like Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. KFB takes care of Kentucky's houses, cars, families, and communities. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. KFB loves KY.
Call me, Matt London, at the Reynolds Road office today, 678-3500.
If you're like most Barren County farmers, you want feed products and nutritional supplements that are proven to work for your operation. No time on your farm to mess around. CPC Commodities understands, so they provide quality feeds they can stand behind. CPC Commodities offers direct-to-farm delivery options.
Direct-to-farm.
For bulk or bagged feed, minerals, tubs, and farm hardware. CPC Commodities. Proven on our farm, made for yours. Call toll-free 888-618-6455.
What favorite memory comes to mind when you think about the good old days? This is Whitney at Big Metal Oil, and we love the memory of cheap oil prices. In 1985, Big Metal Oil hadn't been up and running for just a few years, and it's amazing to think of the difference. Prices sure have changed, but there's one thing that will always stay the same: our premium quality products. We have a fuel manager that checks all the surrounding terminals for the best prices, and an oil manager that checks our inventory daily. Come by our office on 219 Industrial Drive or call 270-651-5212 today.
In the factory or on the farm, downtime means lost revenue. Keep downtime to a minimum and your machinery moving with Joseph A. Wade. Custom hydraulic hoses while you wait, custom battery cables, pipe cutting and threading, brake lines made to order, and they're the only shop in the area to rebuild multi-stage cylinders. They've got the parts, the service, the staff, and the shop to make sure your machinery is up and running. Since 1985, Joseph A. Wade on Industrial Drive in Glasgow. Call 270-651-1090.
It may surprise you to know that if the time comes to recover at home following an accident or surgery, you have a voice and a choice of who will help take care of you. When your doctor asks, ask for Amedisys Home Health Care. Hi, this is Jason Crick. Home health care professionals dedicated to our patients and family in Allen, Barren, and Hart counties. Amedisys Home health care with a hometown touch. For more information, call Kathy Murray at 270-651-7640.
Whether it's building a driveway or a highway, quality paves the way at Scotty's Contracting. Call now for quality from Scotty's, 629-2112. They'll put their heads together for an impressive free estimate. Call 629-2112. Whether you need a fresh paved driveway or resurfacing or changes to your current pavement, just call Scotty's Contracting, 629-2112. They're now at a new location. 3000 Edmonton Road, 1 mile east of the new Outer Loop. Call or come by Scotty's Contracting in Glasgow.
You're listening to Barren County Sports on 103.7 Nash Icon.
This is Bob Blair, Barren County High School Athletic Director, and we are BC.
I
go to South Central Kentucky Community and Technical College
because it's so close.
I go
for the small class sizes.
I go because I can transfer my credits.
I go because
I can take classes when it works for me.
I go to get a better job.
I go for some of Kentucky's most affordable tuition.
I go because
it's crazy not to.
For all the right reasons. South Central Kentucky Community and Technical College. Higher education begins here.
Coca-Cola is dedicating radio time to unsung holiday heroes. This one goes out to the volunteer snowplowers. While Old Man Winter is dishing out snow, you're dishing out generosity. At the crack of dawn, you fire up the snowplow and hit every school, hospital, strip mall, and office park within 20 miles. And you do it with a smile. You deserve a delicious, refreshing, ice-cold Coke in return. Share a Coke with your holiday hero. Coca-Cola. Taste the feeling.
At the People's Bank, we believe that people still like the friendly atmosphere of a locally owned community bank. A bank where you're more than a number and you get one-on-one personal service. A bank where your money is reinvested in the community and all decisions are made locally. The People's Bank gives you everything you expect from a bank, including online and mobile banking. Get the banking you deserve. The People's Bank on Happy Valley Road in Glasgow. Working for you. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Campbellsville University reminds you the spring semester begins January 17th. And if you missed fall enrollment, there's still financial aid available. So enroll now and you'll be a semester ahead next fall. Priority enrollment to current college students 2017 at Campbellsville University. Call 1-800-264-6014 or email admissions@campbellsville.edu.
You're listening to Barren County Sports on 103.7 Nash Icon.
This is Terry Reed, BCHS head cross-country coach, and we are BC.
Thanks for listening to Barren County High School basketball. This coverage has been brought to you by Joseph A. Wade, CPC Commodities, Big O Tire, Amedisys Home Health, Farmers RECC, The People's Bank, Kentucky Farm Bureau Agent Matt London, Southern States Glasgow and Horse Cave, SCRTC, South Central Bank,